right, welcome back to Bill Brown Stadium. Just minutes away from the opening kickoff. The captains are getting ready to go to the center field, and Chris right now is going to run down the starting defensive players for the Blacksburg Bruins.
All right, let's start with the defensive line. At defensive end, we got Sean Bennett Jr., 5'10", 220-pound senior, number 4. The other end is Everett Russell Jr. He's going to be back in the game this week. Everett is 5'10", 174 pounds. Nice little quick end there on the outside. DT Tay Ramsey has been moved to the inside. He started the season at defensive end, but he is playing DT this week. 5'10", 230 pounds. Also number 77, Daniel Overstreet Jr. is going to be the other defensive tackle. He's 6'4", 225. Linebackers this week. Inside linebacker Tyler Holmes. Tyler is 5'11", 188-pound junior. Other inside linebacker Nathan Hopkins, and Nathan Hopkins is number 58 is 6', 210 pounds. Other linebackers Eric Hoff, sophomore. Eric Hoff is 5'9", 145 pounds. Other outside linebacker Joey Phillips. Joey Phillips started the season at free safety, been moved up to outside linebacker, 5'11", 185 pounds. Corners Greg Keys Jr. We all know about Greg Keys. He is 6'1", 147-pound junior. Other corner John Cook Sr., 6'1", 160-pound senior. And your safety this week is Jake Belote. Jake Belote has been doing very well this year, 5'7", 170-pound senior. And that's going to be the starting offense, or starting defense for Blacksburg this week. Taking a look at the starting offense, we got wide receiver number 43, Greg Keys. Already mentioned him. Number 6, Tyler Holmes as well, another Iron Man player. The offensive line, left tackle, number 70, R.J. Perkins Sr. R.J. Perkins is a senior, 5'9", 187 pounds. The left guard, Bo Gentry, is a junior, number 62, 5'8", 268 pounds. Your center this week is going to be Cameron Sellers, the hog there on the line, 6'2", 265-pound senior. Right tackle, Gary Moyo Sr., the other big dude up there, 6'2", 290 pounds, also a senior. And you also got Dale Davis at right guard, number 64, is a sophomore, 6'1", 249 pounds. Your starting tight end this week, Caleb Schrader. He is a senior, and he is 5'11", 183 pounds. Quarterback, of course, Trey Gresh, sophomore, number 12. Trey is having a great season, 184 pounds, 6 feet tall. Fullback this week starting Charles Sullivan Jr., number 30. Charles, 5'11", 180-pound senior. And the tailback starting Latrell Keys is a junior, number 22, 5'9", 185 pounds. And that's going to do it for the starting lineup for the Blacksburg Bruins this week, Bill.
Okay, well, it's kind of interesting. You know, we introduced the defensive starters, and that's who was introduced first down here on the field. So now the perfect ending of that story is if the Blacksburg defense goes on the field first. Well, we've got the coin toss right now at the center of the field. And for Blacksburg,
captains this week are we got Caleb Schrader, TJ Lockhart, and Aaron Phipps.
Yeah, and so we're trying to pick up this. It looks like 32 Brent Fleming is out there for Northside. Number 12, Kendall Booker. And probably the quarterback. Well, actually, we only have 2 captains out there, so that's what we have at the center of the field. We're still having discussions. The coin toss has not been executed yet, so we'll watch it and let you know as soon as we find out who wins the toss and who will be kicking off and who will be receiving. Once again, early in this game, important for Blacksburg to get off to a good start and send a message that they're in control of this game and not let Northside in as much as possible.
You know, that's what they've been doing all season long, coming out strong in the first, you know, getting some points on the board, getting that lead, and they've been doing it all year, so I expect to see them to do it again tonight in the first quarter.
All right, the referee has flipped the coin. It's Northside who has won the toss. They've deferred to the second half. I think it's kind of interesting. They actually have 4 captains out there. 2 of them are not even in uniform. That's never a good sign for Northside. So one of them's on crutches, as a matter of fact. I mean, give the kids credit for wanting to be involved, but in any event, Northside will kick off. Blacksburg will get their hands on the ball first, so Chris, it's set up for them. If they want to do some damage early, they can do it right after the opening kickoff.
It's always nice to get the ball and come out with an early score. That definitely gives you some confidence going into the, sending your defense on the field when they're already ahead. That definitely helps out.
And we don't have to go back very far to know that Trey Gresh is capable of throwing for a touchdown on the first play as he did. Remember the Tyler Holmes 69-yard touchdown pass?
Couldn't forget it.
Just a week ago, he hooked up with Tyler Holmes on the first play, and boy, from then on, Lord Botetourt was on their heels just trying to catch up to Blacksburg.
You could definitely say that. Definitely on their heels after that pass.
So Northside will come out. They are dressed, by the way, in their traveling white and green uniforms. A big upgrade from last year when they had green and yellow uniforms. I won't go into it, but they took a lot of heat for their uniforms. So they decided, this looks a lot better. White shirt trimmed in dark green helmets, dark green pants. So they look very, very slick out there in their traveling uniforms. And of course, Blacksburg tonight wears their traditional all blue with the gold numerals and the blue helmets, and they'll get their hands on the ball first. It'll be Latrell Keys in the middle. Of course, Blacksburg hopes that he gets the ball. He's their most dangerous return man back there. And it looks like number 30, Austin Keeneman, will be the kicker. He's a junior, and Northside will not even line up until the whistle is blown.
Yeah, they're all bunched up, and then it's like they're gonna do that one where they all run out and then kick it. You never know if it's gonna be an onside or
right.
not.
This way they don't give up their strategy early. So now they spread out or fan out, and it will be Keenan, number 30, Austin Keeneman, I should say, kicking off. Right-footed soccer-style kicker. Let's see if Latrell Keys gets an opportunity to run it back. Low line drive kick, and it will be fielded by Emmel, number 20, at the 20. He lost the ball. It's on the ground. It is recovered by Latrell Keys. Boy, that was a dangerous play there, and it could have been a very disastrous play as Jason Emmel lost the handle on it, and Latrell Keys was right there to follow.
Yeah, he didn't. From the second he touched that ball, Emmel did not look comfortable with the ball in his hands, and as soon as he got hit, that ball popped out. Good thing Greg was there to jump on.
Well, first of all, he didn't pick it up right away. It rolled around at his feet, and by the time he did pick it up, he had a defender in his face.
Yeah, it almost looked like he turned around and saw Greg and was like saying, "Greg, take it." And
he never really had possession of the ball. So Blacksburg is fortunate that they have their hands on the ball right now. They didn't turn it over. So here we go. Trey Gresh has them in an I formation. Sullivan and Keys in the backfield. Sullivan the fullback. Latrell Keys in the tail of the I. Trey Gresh calling signals. He'll give the ball. No, he fakes it to Keys. He's going to throw right out of the gate. And he completes a pass to Tyler Holmes. And Tyler Holmes spins away and almost got away at the 40. Stepped out of bounds, or he'd have been down the sideline.
He was wide open too. With that nice little crossing route. Came across the middle, had nobody on it. That one fooled the defense for sure.
And a good pass by Trey Gresh. Put it right up there where Tyler Holmes could easily catch it. First down on the first play. They get out to the 40-yard line. 15-yard pickup. So Trey Gresh, just like last week, goes to the air on the very first play.
Worked last week. Why not do it again?
Greg Keys and Tyler Holmes come out wide right. Tyler Holmes will be in the slot. Greg's wide to the right. I formation again. Keys and Sullivan behind Gresh. Gresh this time hands off to Latrell Keys. He goes right up the middle. Big yards. 35 down to the 40-yard line. 45 down to the 40-yard line of Northside. And oh boy, he was one tackler away from taking it to the house.
He's going to be a huge key in this game with the wet field. The way he runs, he just plows right through the middle. That's the kind of runner you need when you got a wet field. I like to see that out of Greg. You ran over 3 or 4 guys on that play.
2 plays, 2 first downs for Blacksburg. They're now at the Northside 43-yard line. Just underway, first quarter, first possession of the game. Once again, it will be Greg Keys coming to the right side with Tyler Holmes. Same formation. Holmes in the slot. Keys, that's Latrell, and Sullivan in the backfield. Gresh calling signals. This time Sullivan, the fullback, gets it. He goes up the middle for good yardage. Down across the 35 to the 33. Flag comes in late after Sullivan was on the ground, and it's going to go against Blacksburg. He looked right at the Blacksburg player and said, "You got him, you held him. Used your hands, and it will take the Bruins back."
That's unfortunate for Sullivan because, the fullback, you don't see him spin off a guy too many times. Usually you just see him kind of try to plow through him. So when you see the fullback hit a spin, he's feeling good. Now the ball's coming back. It just takes it away.
Charles Sullivan, 5'11", 180 senior. Good speed for a fullback, and that 10-yard penalty will take it back to the 45-yard line, and that will the good news is it's still first down. The bad news is it's first down and 12.
Yeah, it's just a loss of 2, really.
That was really an unnecessary penalty, as most of them are. The play was already past the offensive lineman when the penalty occurred.
Yeah, there's a late flag on that one for sure. Here's that spread.
We got 4 wide receivers in the game for the first time. Gresh is in the shotgun. He's going to hand the ball to Latrell Keys. Keys goes up the middle. This time Northside slows him down and knocks him down after a gain of only 2. Brings up a 2nd down and 8 for Blacksburg.
That was that draw play again. Worked so well last week. Probably going to see that a lot out of the spread. It was like we were saying. That's pretty much the only run play you can run out of the spread.
Brent Fleming made the stop for Northside. Northside has several players who go both ways. Not as many as you would think for a team that's kind of down in numbers. But Fleming he's the key because he's the middle linebacker and he's also a running back on offense. We'll see a lot of him tonight.
He's a big guy too.
Keys and Holmes again come wide to the right. Back to the I formation with 2 tight ends. Gresh, play action pass, looking to throw downfield and does, and he has Tyler Holmes open at the 30. Holmes steps out of bounds at the 28-yard line. It's another Blacksburg first down.
That was a bullet pass right on the money from Gresh. You know, he had a guy up in his face. The defender had a guy in front of him, but he just put it right on the money, put some nice pop on the ball, got it right to his receiver.
Nice play, too, because
Definitely.
what they did, they sent Greg Keys on a deep route, cleared out the zone underneath, and then Holmes was wide open.
Yep, they're definitely using their personnel right so far.
Stops the clock with 10:09 left first quarter. This time Tyler Holmes and Greg Keys go to the left side. We have a timeout. Northside wants to talk about it. They have seen quite enough early in this game, and they're going to go over and kind of try to regroup defensively. We'll take a timeout with 10:09 left. You're listening to Blacksburg High School football on Super Talk 101.7.
But we've done some things where he jumps off from the side. We've done some things passing in back and forth. We've done some activities where he floats on his back, on his stomach. I think swimming is a fun thing you can do with your kid. And I think it's good for kids to learn about being in the water.
The Water Babies class is one of the many classes that the Blacksburg Parks and Rec Department has to offer for you and your child. Call 961-1135 or visit www.blacksburg.gov/recreation.
Gresh's pass intended for Tyler Holmes, incomplete. That'll bring up a second down and 10.
We're back live. Trey Gresh rolling out, looking for Tyler Holmes deep near the goal line, just overthrown. Holmes had no chance at it, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Again, play action, and Trey Gresh rolling out, and Chrissy had plenty of time to throw. He just overthrew Tyler Holmes.
Yeah, that's going to happen sometimes when you're throwing on the run. You know, you got to get a little extra velocity on the ball that you're not used to having there. So
Not only that, he was rolling left, and he's a right-handed thrower, so that's a tough throw to make.
yeah, it is, always is.
The ball is on the right hash mark, so if you're going to roll out, that's about the only way you can go right now. 2nd and 10. This time they have Keys and Sullivan split in the backfield. First time tonight we've seen that formation. Here's Gresh back to pass. This time he's hit as he throws, but he's got Latrell Keys. It'll be a touchdown. Trey Gresh stayed with it as long as he could. Got hit after he threw it, but Latrell Keys was wide open for a touchdown.
I didn't even see him there. I thought that was just a bad pass. But there comes Latrell Keys running from the backfield, catching that pass right on the 5.
Apparently Trey Gresh saw him all the way.
I guess so.
He waited for Latrell to clear, and he took a hit because of it, but it's a touchdown.
Sometimes you got to take a hit, you know. Hey, he earned it. He earned that touchdown.
Caleb Violet is on for the extra point attempt. And it will be number 7, John Cook, holding at the 10-yard line. So it didn't take long for Blacksburg. They get on the board here in the first quarter. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout, 9:57 left to go in the first quarter. Score, Blacksburg 7, Northside nothing.
Whether it's arts and culture, community events, great places to eat and shop, exciting athletics, you'll find it all in Blacksburg, the place to be.
Caleb Violet will kick off for Blacksburg. They score. 9:57 left first quarter, 7-0 Bruins. Northside ready to receive the kick. And the deep man for Northside is number 33. That's Jordan Cooper, a sophomore. They have a lot of young players on this football team. And this will be the first time tonight they get their hands on the ball. Violet falls down after he kicks it. Cooper touched it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. In high school football, the ball gets to the end zone. It's an automatic touchback. Any other level, college or pro, you touch it, you have to go get it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but that time it was a break for Northside. They didn't have to worry about it. So first down for Northside at the 20. Violet fell down after he kicked it. Looks like he's okay, but I think he kind of surprised himself. They tried to put a little extra in it and just went down.
You know, I've done that before when I was playing Little League ball. I was the kicker, and it was a wet day, and you know, you kick it, and your foot just comes out. You lay on your back, and you know, you're embarrassed, but it happens.
We should mention it is very wet down there. It's been raining all day, and we're fortunate it's not raining right now. So it's very wet on the field. So the quarterback for Northside is number 4, Brady Kraft. He's also a sophomore. 2 sophomore quarterbacks tonight, Trey Gresh, Brady Kraft. And the handoff went inside to number 9. That's Trent Cundiff, I believe, was the running back.
Everett Russell got him, too.
Yeah, Trent Cundiff. I didn't have him as a starter. Guess what? He's another freshman. Wow.
They got a lot of freshmen starting for
2-yard
Northside.
gain, 2nd and 8 for Northside. Number 12, Kendall Booker, the wide receiver to the right side. Everybody else in tight. 2 men in the backfield. Cundiff is one of them. The other guy we already told you about, Brent Fleming, the big kid at fullback. Brady Kraft is the quarterback. Now Fleming moves over, and he does not get the ball. Cundiff gets it. Fleming was supposed to block for him. That didn't happen. We got a whistle, and the play's over, even though they never. Now we've got a penalty, a couple penalties coming in. And Cundiff finally went down on the ground.
That's going to be a personal foul on Northside.
82, Everett Fleming was at the bottom of the pile making the play for Blacksburg.
That was the big man on the line
Everett
there for
Russell,
Northside. He was pushing around, trying to push around. I think it was Tay Ramsey was trying to push around there at the end
Well,
of
it
the
all
play
started when there was a big pile and the ball carrier never went down, and we do have
unnecessary.
Well, we got offsetting penalties, blocking the back by both teams, pushing the back, I should say. So offsetting penalties, which means nobody gets hurt. And what that is a signal from the officials that, you know what, guys, we're not going to allow that. We're in control. Don't do it again.
This is a football game, not a fight.
You got to do it early in the game to let them know that it's not going to be accepted. So that's a good call by the officials. 3rd down and 8 for Northside. And they have a new running back. Looks like Gerald Jones, number 20 in the backfield now. And again, it's Brady Kraft calling signals. He's going to hand the ball off. And it is actually Dallas Manspa. Is it number 40? I'm sorry, I'm trouble seeing the numbers. Philip Scott was the ball carrier. Short of the first down. It's going to be 4th down. He stopped at the 27-yard line.
Yep, Eric Huff with a nice open field tackle there.
Having a little trouble with the numbers for Northside, but that was number 40. Philip Scott, it will be 4th down, and in to kick is number 31, Derek Atwood for Northside, and deep for Blacksburg, Greg Keys and Tyler Holmes.
I didn't get to see him punting in the pregame. I don't know what he's going to punt like.
So Atwood will be standing at about his 15-yard line, and Blacksburg will be bringing the heat. They've come close to blocking a few. It's a high snap, not a very good snap, but he does get the kick away. It's end over end. It's short. Tyler Holmes does a really good job of fair catching it at the 50-yard line because it was end over end. Probably would have rolled 20 yards if he doesn't catch it.
Probably would have. They probably would have blocked that one. I think there was a non-called hold there in the backfield. But
well, the snap was not good. It looked like a wounded duck coming back to the punter, and it would have been easily blocked had Blacksburg been bringing the heat. But you heard Coach Chris talk about this in the pregame. Excellent field position for Blacksburg.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about it, most of the year they've had pretty good field position.
Yeah, they either have real good position or real bad field
That's
position.
Exactly
They never seem to be just average.
This is right at the 50-yard line, so Trey Gresh has the offense back on the field. This time his wide receivers are split, one on each side. Handoff goes to tailback Latrell Keys right up the gut, and he only got 2 yards this time. And this time, big number 73,
Jeffrey Willis.
The 300-pounder, got in the way, and you're not going to get very far if you run into that guy.
Nah, I don't care how big you are, how fast you're going. That guy's going to stop you.
You remember William the Refrigerator Perry, right? That's kind of who he reminds me of. And if he keeps growing, he's going to be bigger than the fridge. Let's see, he's a senior, so he's still got a little growing to do probably. I wouldn't want to be behind him in the buffet line, I know that.
No, sir.
2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3 by Latrell Keys. He'll get the ball again, right up the middle again. 40, 35,
wow.
One man to beat. He's going to go all the way. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Latrell Keys. He broke the line of scrimmage, and there was nobody home.
Those were some serious moves. He just cut right around 2 of the Northside linebackers. He used the referee as a blocker on that one. That was good running by. That was good running right there by Latrell.
He ran up between the tackles, and then as soon as he saw daylight, he cut it to the outside, and there was nobody around.
He juked about 5 yards to the right on that one.
13-0 Blacksburg. Extra point attempt coming. And again, it's Caleb Violet on for the extra point. Cook holds at the 10-yard line. Blacksburg trying to go up by 2 touchdowns here halfway through the first quarter. Ball's down, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, 7:26 left to go in the first quarter. Blacksburg 14, Northside nothing.
Second team, respond to male subject, difficulty breathing, chest pain.
Your neighbors helped save a life last night. Be a volunteer. You can help save a life. You provide the time, we'll provide the training. To learn more, call the Blacksburg Rescue Squad at 961-1189.
Philip Scott and Jordan Cooper deep for Northside. And once again, Caleb Violet will kick off for Blacksburg. Let's see if he can stay on his feet this time. Ball's teed up at the 40-yard line. And last time he actually had a very effective kick, just didn't get it in the air. It was line drive. This one's in the air, end over end. And it's going to be Jordan Cooper at the 5-yard line. He's out to the 10, 15, 20. And knocked down at the 24-yard line. Good coverage by the Blacksburg kick cover team.
That's a gang tackle right there.
27, Robert Starrett, first in for Blacksburg. But there were 4 blue jerseys there to make sure that was going to end right there.
And it did. They hit 4 guys on him. It's hard to run against 4 guys.
That was a good, generous spot by the officials. They gave him the 25-yard line. If you ask Cooper, he would say he never saw the 25-yard line.
I don't think he saw much after
he was
got
buried. So first down for Northside right there. And once again, Brady Kraft, the sophomore quarterback, 6'1", only weighs 154. When he squats down under center, he disappears. He just hardly can see him. Got a man in motion. Handoff goes to number 9, Cundiff. Trent Cundiff gets maybe a yard over the left side. Stopped by number 21.
Eric Huff.
Eric Huff, yep. Linebacker for Blacksburg.
Also Tyler Holmes in a line tackle.
So once again, they go with a freshman running back, a freshman at wide receiver. They've got a sophomore quarterback. They also have a junior fullback, Brent Fleming, who has yet to carry the ball.
I guess this is a rebuilding year.
Yeah, it seems like it. Number 15, Grandin Van Marter, goes out wide to the right as a wide receiver. He is a senior. They don't have many on this team. Brady Kraft calling signals. Motion man to the right. Kraft rolling to the right. Throws. It's going to be incomplete. Overthrown. Intended for Kendall Booker. I was watching Brady Kraft warm up in pregame, and he just was missing receivers, all one right after another. He's just not very accurate passing.
He showed it right there. I mean, yeah, he had a man wide open and threw it 5 yards over his head.
So it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Northside. They've yet to pick up a first down. And they just are struggling right now offensively, and they can't stop Blacksburg defensively. Those two things together could make for a very long night for the guys from Roanoke. This time, number 15, Grandin Van Marter, comes wide left. Number 12, Kendall Booker, goes in motion across the backfield. Here's a pitch going to Cundiff. He goes over the right side. Didn't get much, maybe a yard on the play. It'll bring up 4th and long. First in was Russell, Everett Russell for Blacksburg, and Greg Keys was also there.
Another gang tackle. I was looking around the field after that tackle was made to see where all the Blacksburg players were, and there was only 3 guys that I could see, so the rest of them were piled on top of the ball carrier that time. This defense is definitely looking good right now.
Gain of 1 on the play, 4th and 7. That was an excellent effort by the defense. Tay Ramsey comes off and is limping just a little bit. Let's hope he's okay. Looking at his left ankle. In the kick for Northside, Derek Atwood. And let's see, Blacksburg has Greg Keys, and Tyler Holmes is the up man. He made a fair catch on the last punt. Here's the kick. It goes over Tyler's head. It'll be Greg Keys on the return. Greg Keys got away from the first man, 45. He's going to dance around some more, and he's going to be tackled back at the 40-yard line. So Greg Keys went the wrong way.
Sure did. And
they have a penalty flag at the 47-yard line on top of everything else.
I think it's going to be on Blacksburg. The way Greg was running that ball, you're usually going to end up with a holding call or a block in the back. He just kept cutting around left to right, backwards a little bit. The blockers don't know where you're going. They don't know what's going to happen. So.
He was doing too much dancing.
Yep.
That's for sure.
He's got to catch the ball and run with it.
Yep. Got to take it upfield. He never did. He kept going back and forth, and that's going to be trouble anytime you do that.
Yeah, it was a holding on Blacksburg.
So the Bruins are going to be backed up. They would have had excellent field position, but now
they're going to decline it because he went back about 15 yards from the spot of that flag.
It's from the spot of it's from the line of scrimmage. It's added on at the end of the play, so it goes back. Yeah, it goes back to the 30-yard line.
Okay.
But yeah, the penalty actually happened at the 47-yard line of Northside. So had that been the case, you're right, they would have declined it. So anyway, it's first down for Blacksburg at the 30, and they're ahead 14-0 with 5.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
This is our worst field position all day.
Latrell Keys, tail of the eye. Sullivan remains at fullback. 2 wide receivers, 1 on each side. Gresh back to pass. Tyler Holmes running that deep route. He's open. Here comes the pass. He has it. 25-yard line down to the 21. Trey Gresh put it right on the money. Defensively, it was DeAnthony Borders. Holmes ran right by him.
What a pretty pass. Hit him right in stride, you know. All year. We've been seeing this all year. This fly route from Holmes running down the sideline and a beautiful pass from from Gresh once again.
And what great scouting. Guess what? DeAnthony Borders is a freshman. And you know the Blacksburg coaches had to pick that up.
Of course. I mean, you got a freshman out there. You gotta
test
you gotta throw at him.
Absolutely.
Especially when it's your number one receiver.
The junior on the other side has also been tested, but that was right over the head of a freshman. First down, Blacksburg, 22-yard line on Northside. Trey Gresh hands off to Latrell Keys. He actually got hit in the backfield by big number 73, Jeffrey Willis.
Bounced right off him.
Yeah, he bounced off him, but it did slow him down and redirected him. And so then he didn't really know where to go, and he was knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. You get hit by a 300-pounder, it will redirect you.
Yeah, you're not going to keep going straight,
right.
That's for sure. He did definitely go sideways and had a smaller guy holding on to him, but still couldn't go.
I will tell you this, though. Latrell Keys is a 185, and he's a strong 185. He is solid. He runs over people most of the time. Trey Gresh, direct snap, spread formation, 4 wides, looking to throw. He does. It'll be intercepted. Greg Keys should have caught it. It went off of his hands and into the arms of number 37, Xavier Duckett. Xavier Duckett with the interception, and Greg Keys will tell you that one's on him.
Yeah, but that's not entirely on him. That pass from Gresh was pretty much at the apex of his jumping range. So yeah, he jumped as high as he could. He got both hands on the ball. He definitely should have caught it, because if you get one finger on the ball, you got to catch it. But it bounced off, went about 5 yards. Caught that one around the goal line.
Only the second interception of the season for Trey Gresh, and I still believe that Greg Keys should have caught the ball. But you're right, it was a high pass. First down for Northside. They spotted at the 12-yard line, so they're backed up. Kraft hands off to number 9, Trent Cundiff. Pretty sure that's who had the ball.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
Blacksburg keeps piling up on this running back.
Yeah, he got maybe a yard. That time Tyler Holmes in on the play, and Tay Ramsey was in as well.
Blacksburg defense is swarming today. D-line is
actually,
giving
it
up
was
nothing.
Nathan Hopkins in on the play. I'm trying to see if Tay Ramsey's even in the game, because he was hobbling coming out. Is he in? I don't think he is. Nope.
Yeah, nope. That's 51 in.
No, Tay Ramsey's not in the game.
No, that is him. That's 57 there, left tackle.
Oh, he's in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I see him. So that's good. He's okay. Kraft hands off again to Trent Cundiff, and he again does not get very far. This time, number 57 made the play for Blacksburg, and that is Tay Ramsey.
What do you know?
What do you know? There he was.
Yeah, tried to run that one off the tackle, tried to get away from Tay Ramsey. Sent it to Everett's side, but Everett sent that right back inside Tay's way.
Third down and 6. Once again, Northside still looking for their first down of the game. We have 3:23 left, first quarter. Blacksburg out in front, 14-0. Long pass play to Latrell Keys, and then a long run by Latrell Keys. So he's added to his touchdown total tonight. Here's Kraft back to pass. Looking, throwing, completes the pass to his senior wide receiver, Grandon Van Marter, near the first down marker. Let's see where they spotted. I don't think he got it.
So they're about a yard short.
He's actually about a yard short. It's going to be 4th and 1, and I believe Northside's going to go for it. They have not sent their punter on the field. They're down 14-0, so I guess Coach Bert Torrance feels like it's time to roll the dice a little bit here. This is a huge gamble.
It is, because they're on the 20-yard line.
Now we're going to get a timeout by Blacksburg, because I'm sure, were not expecting that, and so they're going to talk about it. We'll keep it right here. But, Chris, that surprises me because, we still got 3 quarters left. They're only down by 2 scores.
Yeah, and your offense has not been showing anything to this point. If you're in your own 50-yard line, I could understand maybe going for it on 4th and a half yard, but you're in your own red zone, and your offense has not been producing against this defense. You've been stuffed for a loss a couple times already, no gain. They've only had I think 3 plays where they gained positive yards. This is definitely a gamble.
It's 4th and less than a yard. I will give them that. It's not a long 4th down play, but still, if you get stuffed here, you run the risk of giving Blacksburg more points.
I mean, Blacksburg scored from their 50-yard line. They scored from the 30, and they're going to get the ball back at the 20 if they can stop them here. I don't know about this call.
The other thing it says is Northside is really not that confident about their kicking game. So,
that is the other thing.
We've seen their punter not really get too many good kicks off. They may try to draw Blacksburg offside. Now, that's an option here, too.
Yeah, that's a definite possibility. I was listening to the quarterback in the pregame. He has a very heavy count.
Brady Kraft calling signals. Long signal count. I think that's what they're going to try to do. Yep. Now he's going for it, and he's hit
Oh,
right
I don't
away.
think he
I
got
do
it.
not think he got it. Brady Kraft with a long signal count. I think he tried to get him to jump. Then he got the ball and went straight ahead. But
This
he was
could be
hit
real close.
right away. It just depends on where they spot it. It's going to be very, very close, and they will measure.
I think they gave a pretty generous spot on that one.
Moyo and Overstreet in the middle for the Blacksburg defense stood him up right away. It's not like he fell forward. He did not.
No.
Had he been able to fall forward, he would have picked it up.
Maybe if he stuck the ball out, he could have gotten it.
Well, we're going to see the measurement right here. Hopefully, if our view's not blocked, if they're going to stretch the chains, it will be.
Yeah, they
it's
got
a
it.
first down. Wow, that's a generous spot.
very
I thought they
generous
stopped him. But they got the first down, and that was a huge gamble by Coach Bert Torrance to go for it at his own 23-yard line.
And a good job of Blacksburg to stay on sides on that one. That was definitely a long count. I'm sure they got some coaching before the play, though.
So they get their first down of the game, and they had to work really hard for it. 2:24 left to go now. 14-0. Blacksburg in control. Northside has yet to go across their own 30-yard line. They've been backed up for the whole game. So Brady Kraft now can breathe a little easier. He's back to pass. Got some time. Now he's going to run. 25-30, and he can run. 35-40. Tyler Holmes got him from behind, and he's down at the 50-yard line. Boy, Brady Kraft, we haven't seen much from the arm, but he can really run.
He's got some wheels. I didn't know he was going to have that, but that's a surprise. That's definitely surprising. That's going to add another dimension to this game. Blacksburg's going to have to watch out for that now.
6'1", 154, just a skinny little kid, but he could really run. And Tyler Holmes had to catch him from behind, or he'd still be running. First down, Northside, right at the 50-yard line. Their best field position of the night.
That's 2 first downs in a row.
Yep. This is a young football team, as we've already mentioned. They've only won one game, but it doesn't take long for a young team to gain confidence with plays like that. Kraft is back to pass. This time they get him in the backfield. He cannot get the pass away, and it's
Nathan Hopkins.
It was Nathan Hopkins. You're right.
Whole D-line was pushing through their blocks on that one. That was definitely some good penetration by the defensive line.
Tyler Holmes was also in there, and that time it was a coverage sack. Kraft had time to throw. There was just nobody open.
Yeah, he tried to step up in the pocket, and he was just surrounded by blue jerseys.
Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13. Ball now back at the 48-yard line. This time Northside will send one wide receiver, Grander Vandemarter, to the right side. I formation. And then Kendall Booker's in the slot, and he'll go in motion across the backfield. Kraft is going to throw again, back to pass, rolling right, got some pressure, now turns the corner, and he's going to pick up another first down, I think right near the 40-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. Short of first down by about a yard at the 41.
I had Tay Ramsey all over him, but no choice but to run on that one.
He basically outran the Blacksburg defensive line that time. I think the key with this young man is to keep him contained. Don't let him get the corner.
Yeah, they're going to have to assign one of their linebackers to him if he's going to start running.
Second time he's been able to get outside, and once he does, he can fly.
Mm-hmm.
Third down and about a yard, and we already know that Northside will go for it if they don't pick it up here. They went for it on their own 23. They'll surely go for it at the Blacksburg 41. Third down and a yard. Let's see what they do here. Brady Kraft again, motion man across the backfield, calling signals. Handoff goes to Cundiff. And let's see if he picked it up. I believe he did. 39-yard line. Tay Ramsey in on the play for Blacksburg. Coming up off the bottom of the pile, though, is number 77, Daniel Overstreet. First down for Northside, their third consecutive first down. This is the first sustained drive they've had of the night. And it's going to be probably time for 1 or 2 more plays, and this quarter will be over. Clock running now, 45 seconds left to go.
And they got most of the yards on the legs of their quarterback.
Yep. He's their leading rusher, that's for sure. Blacksburg leading 14-0. First down Northside at the Blacksburg 39-yard line. Kraft calling signals again. He's so little, he hides behind the center. This time they go to the fullback. First time tonight he's carried the ball. That is Brent Fleming, number 32. And he's tackled by the middle. It's Tyler Holmes, I believe, getting up to after making the tackle. Second down and 9. Number 4, Sean Bennett's coming into the Blacksburg defense. Let's see who he replaces. He's replacing number 77, Daniel Overstreet. I think Overstreet.
This big man needs a rest.
I was going to say, I think he just needs a breather. He's been working hard out there. And as we speak, the quarter runs out. So we played 1 quarter here tonight at Bill Brown Stadium. We have timeout and our score, Blacksburg 14, Northside nothing. Middle incomplete. Intended for Grandin Van Marter, but it was behind him. And in for the defensive play, Joey Phillips for Blacksburg.
Yeah, that's a good play on a defense that likes to blitz you. You get that quick hit to the tight end, but you got to throw it to his hands. You got to get him to a point where he can catch the ball.
So it'll be 3rd and 9. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. And on 4th down, especially if they don't pick up anything, they may choose to punt and pin Blacksburg back. We'll see. Condiff will be the only man in the backfield. Well, Fleming's kind of on a wing position here. Passing formation, 2 wide receivers. Now Fleming moves over like he's going to block. They're both going to stay in and block. Kraft rolls out, stops as he's trying to throw the ball, and now he's hit in the backfield. Thrown for a loss.
Tay Ramsey again.
And also Tyler Holmes was there.
Now Russell came up on that one. He had a beat on the quarterback, and he got taken down by the left tackle.
Kraft
but that freed up Ramsey to get to him.
Yeah, Kraft was rolling out, just trying to buy time, but there's just nobody open down in the secondary. Good coverage by the Blacksburg secondary. It's now 4th down and 12, and Northside is going to go for it. Nope, they're going to punt. My bad. I didn't see the punter come in. Derek Atwood is in the game, which is a smart call, and Greg Keys is standing back at about his 10-yard line. So Atwood should be able to pin Blacksburg back here. Once again, the snap is not great, but the kick is away, and it's not a very long kick, and it goes out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. See where they spot it. 23-yard line is where they're going to spot it.
Gave him about a 20-yard punt there.
Short kick, and Blacksburg will take over at their own 23. Well, coming up at halftime, we're going to have a little extended edition of our college football game day report, as we do not have Coach Frank Beamer since the Hokies are off tomorrow. They're getting ready for a big Thursday night ESPN game up at Boston College. And so we will have just more about Blacksburg High School football at halftime and a lot about tomorrow's college games. And there's some big ones tomorrow. LSU plays Florida for one.
That's my big one.
And so we'll talk about that at halftime. 11:06 left to go in the first half, and it's 1st down Blacksburg. Trey Gresh has 2 wides to the left side. That's the wide side of the field. Latrell Keys in the backfield. Latrell Keys gets the ball. He's looking for a hole. There is nothing there. He got maybe a yard. So Northside apparently, Chris, has made some adjustments because what once was a big hole has closed up.
Well, they do have that big 305-pounder there in the middle. That's not going to be easy to run on. Any guy who weighs 305 pounds with skill irrelevant. It's just hard to run on a guy that's that big in the middle.
Again, in the first quarter, Blacksburg looks like a Super Bowl team. As soon as the quarter changes, it seems to slow them down.
Story of the season.
2nd down and 8. Keys only got 2 yards. Greg Keys and Tyler Holmes wide to the left. Tyler Holmes is in the slot. Sullivan is right beside Keys in the backfield. Here's Gresh with the throw to Tyler Holmes. It's a completed pass, but he is hit immediately. Kendall Booker drills Tyler Holmes. He goes up to catch it, and before it could come down, he had Booker all over it.
It looked like Holmes and Keys got confused on that play. It looked like they were both trying to catch the ball, and neither one of them were looking to block.
Gain of just about 3 or 4 yards on the play to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for Blacksburg at their own 28-yard line. So suddenly yards are getting a little bit hard to come by for Blacksburg. Number 88, Trent Woodle, is in the game at wide receiver on the left side, and it will be Greg Keys, Jordan Wade, and Tyler Holmes on the right side. Trey Gresh looks to throw. Oh, he had Jordan Wade open at the 40-yard line, and Jordan couldn't hold it.
Hit him in the face with a bullet on that one.
He had Tyler Holmes open, pumped like he was going to throw to Tyler, and then Jordan Wade was his intended receiver, but he threw it too hard, I believe, for Jordan Wade to handle it.
I don't think Wade was looking to catch. It looked like Wade was the escape option route on that one. And Holmes looked to the outside to throw the little bubble screen pass, but changed his mind. Tried to get that 1st down right over the middle.
So this will be the first Trey Gresh punt of the night, and he is an outstanding punter. I'm not sure Northside is deep enough if Trey gets his foot into it. They do have Kendall Booker standing. Now he's backing up. Coaches have moved him back. Gresh gets it away, and he does not get a good kick away. Off the side of his foot, it gets a good bounce, though, and it's going to go out of bounds about the 45-yard line. So Trey got a break. He knows he missed the kick. You can see him coming off the field. He's much better than that, but he got a break on the bounce.
Yeah, he just got his head down. He's not very happy about that kick.
So suddenly Blacksburg in the last 2 possessions have been unable to move the ball. And Northside, on the other hand, has been doing a pretty good job, mainly on the running of Brady Kraft.
Let's see if they're going to go back to that. It's the only thing that was really working for him before was the pass would break down. He'd take off and get about 15, 20 yards.
Actually spot the ball at the 46-yard line. 1st down for Northside. 9:38 left to go in the first half, and it's a 14-0 Blacksburg lead. It is homecoming here at Blacksburg High School, and They'll be celebrating at halftime. Football players will not be involved, as we mentioned in our pregame show. Motion man across the back. Kraft hands off. And this will be number 40, Philip Scott, on the ball, on the carry.
Scott, the ball carrier.
And the tackle made by number 21, Eric Huff. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. Ball's at the 49-yard line. Good crowd here tonight for homecoming, Chris.
Oh, yeah, definitely a good crowd out here. Everyone's standing up there in the front, too. That's not too many people stand up at high school games.
It's a kind of raw and damp tonight, not real cold, but it is a perfect football kind of night. If you're playing, it's good. If you're watching, it's a little bit cool down there. Once again, Northside with the motion man. Kraft's going to hand off, though, to number 40 again. That's Philip Scott. He didn't get very far.
Overstreet and Ramsey.
Tay Ramsey was there, and Daniel Overstreet. Overstreet's playing a good game tonight. He's been in on a lot of plays. 3rd down and 5 for Northside at the Blacksburg 49-yard line. They have to get to the Blacksburg 44-yard line for a first down. They're in 4-down territory at this point, I would think, especially now that their defense is playing better against Blacksburg, and they're trailing by 2 touchdowns. Let's see what Brady Kraft does on 3rd and 5, and you better watch out for him to run it right here. Motion man again to the right side. They're going to pitch it back to Scott. He turns the corner, and he's got a first down. He's still going. Loose at the 35-yard line, down to the 30. And hit hard right there by Everett Russell. Wow.
That was a very impressive run. He stiff-armed a couple guys. He put on the jets. He got hit one time, and he put his hand down. Actually, he kept running off his hand.
You know what, Chris? They brought it back to the 34-yard line.
Oh, they said he was down.
I guess his knee was down. I did not see that, but so that hit by Everett Russell was not needed.
I guess not.
But I'm sure Wheeler said,
Still sent the message.
Or Scott said, you know what, that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's first down for Northside, the Blacksburg 34. For the second consecutive time, they're in Blacksburg territory. No points on the board, but they are moving the ball. Once again, it's Booker in motion. Handoff goes to Scott again, and he tries to the left side and doesn't get very far this time. Cook came up from the secondary, and Tyler Holmes was there.
That was a nice play by the outside linebacker, Eric Huff, stepping up in there, forcing the running back to go straight up the field, which is, as a running back, you don't want to go that way.
And good run support by the strong safety, John Cook.
That's just good defense.
2nd and 9, only got a yard. Philip Scott, again, one of those freshmen we were telling you about. He is 5'7", 156, and in the 9th grade.
He can run. He can definitely run, but I don't know if he can take a hit.
This is a team that has a lot of speed. They just don't have very much power. They got some big guys up front, but sustaining the drives has been difficult for them tonight. 2nd and 9. Brady Kraft hands off. No, he fakes the handoff. Play action pass, rolling out, now stops and throws, and it is incomplete. Intended for number 12, Kendall Booker.
Yeah, Joey Phillips was right there anyways. He wasn't going to go anywhere.
Joey Phillips on the coverage. You're right. Good coverage, and the pass was a little bit low. 3rd and 9. It stops the clock. 7:05 left to go in the first half, and again, Blacksburg with 2 first-quarter touchdowns by Latrell Keys leads 14-0. Tay Ramsey buried quarterback Kraft.
Brandon Van Martyr, incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down for the Vikings.
Brady Kraft with an incomplete pass and pressure on the quarterback by Tay Ramsey. It will be 4th down and 9, and let's see, they're going to go for it. Northside will go for it on 4th and 9, trailing 14-0. And again, it will be Philip Scott in the backfield, and the up back is Brent Fleming, one wide receiver, and he goes in motion, and they're going to run a reverse, and he's going to be hit in the backfield, and he's in trouble. They don't have him down yet, but they've got him. Greg Keys came up and stopped him at the 47-yard line. The ball carrier was Kendall Booker, so Northside tried to run in reverse, Chris, and Blacksburg sniffed it out.
Yeah, he lost about 16 yards on that one. He did, to the running back's credit, he did run around about 3 Blacksburg defenders, including Tay Ramsey, but he couldn't get past Greg Keys there at the sideline. I don't know about that call on 4th down and 9.
47-yard line. Blacksburg goes to work at their own 47. Good field position. You're right. Big loss on the play and not not a real strong call. You need to take the ball downfield, not in your own backfield.
Yeah, because on 4th and 9, the players are all going to be sitting back waiting for a pass anyway, so a reverse is not going to get you anywhere.
So Greg Keys and Tyler Holmes are going to be split wide to the right. Sullivan and Latrell Keys in the backfield. Trey Gresh, play action pass, looking to throw. Tyler Holmes wide open. Trey Gresh overthrew him, and it's intercepted. And down the sideline goes number 12, Kendall Booker, and he was tripped up. I'm not sure what tripped him up, but he fell down at the 32-yard line, I believe. That ball was simply overthrown. Holmes was wide open, and Trey Gresh has thrown his second interception of the night.
Yeah, and both of them on high balls. He's thrown a couple high balls tonight. I gotta wonder if this wet field is getting the ball wet, and if maybe that's affecting his throwing at all.
It's going to be marked at the 37-yard line. Trey Gresh upset with himself. You can see as he comes off the field, no one is talking to him. Now, Coach Dave Chris comes down to say a word to him, and I'm sure it's an encouraging word. One thing about Coach Chris, he's not a negative guy. He's very positive, and I'm sure he's saying, you know what, Trey, we'll get him the next time we go out there.
Well, hey, we're up by 14.
That's
Don't worry
right,
about it.
37-yard line. First down for Northside. Excellent field position. 6:41 on the clock, and Northside now with a running play right up the middle. And that's Scott. He's been very elusive, and he got the first down. Jake Belote had to come up from the secondary to make the tackle on Philip Scott, the freshman.
Wow, where did he come from?
He did not start the game, but boy, it's going to be hard to get him out of the lineup now. He's running wild down there. Very quick, very elusive. Gain of 12 on the play. First down at the Blacksburg 25-yard line.
No second quarter letdown for Blacksburg.
It just seems to be first and third quarters, there's really sharp, and then for whatever reason, second and fourth quarters, they struggle. It's not going to get it done once they start league play next week. They've got to be more consistent. Brady Kraft calling signals. Motion man across the back. Scott again, this time hitting the backfield, and he's going to be down in the backfield. First guy in, 85, Aaron Barber blew up the play, and then Tyler Holmes and Everett Russell came in to finish it off.
Philip Scott just held his arm out. I mean, a 156-pound kid, you don't expect him to be able to, stiff arm, bounce off people. That's exactly what he did to the defensive tackle there.
Boy, Aaron Barber, though, what a great play to bust the play up. Just blew it up completely. And then once Scott started backtracking, he got in big trouble and lost about 8 yards on the play. Second down, and about 16 yards to go, back at the 30-yard line. Brady Kraft is the quarterback, and again, he's got that long signal count. Back to throw, stays in the pocket this time, throwing across the middle and finds his receiver. That is number 12, Kendall Booker, down to the 20-yard line, short of the first down, but a big pickup on second down. Now makes third down a lot easier.
That's not what the Blacksburg defense wanted to give up there on second and long.
Actually, down at the 18-yard line, it's going to be third down and about 3 now for Northside. Number 77, Daniel Overstreet, comes into the defensive line. And Blacksburg's got to get somebody out of the game. They got too many players on the field. And now we're going to get a whistle and a timeout by Blacksburg. They were mixed up defensively, and that's a good timeout. We'll take a timeout. 4:53 left to go in the first half. Score, Blacksburg 14, Northside nothing.
You'll never have to stop and ask for directions.
And you'll be helping a busload of people. And when you pass by, everyone will stop and take notice.
If you are at least 20 years of age,
have a good driving record, and are interested in working for the best transit system in Virginia,
visit our website at www.vtransit.org or give us a call at 961-1185.
Blacksburg Transit, we're your bus line.
Brady Kraft on third down, throwing deep and completing the pass to number 15, Brandon Van Martyr, inside the 10-yard line.
John Cook hit him hard.
Yeah, and Martyr's hurt. He's not getting
down.
Up. The ball and Jake Belote got there at the same time. Was Jake Belote, wasn't it?
No, it was John Cook.
Oh, John Cook hit him. Okay. I know it was a defensive back. Couldn't see who it was, but it was a completed pass and a first and goal, but we have an injured player. Van Martyr's down. He was hammered by John Cook on the play. And, give the kid credit for hanging on.
Oh, there he is. He's walking
he's
on
up.
his own.
I imagine he got the wind knocked out of him at the very least.
At the very least, he got the wind knocked out. That was a big hit.
Really unloaded on him. And it will be first and goal for Northside. If they score here, Chris, brand new game. 4:44 left.
Especially they get the ball at the half, too.
2 turnovers by Blacksburg, and the second one's really hurting them right now, giving Northside great field position. 2 interceptions by Trey Gresh, and really both of them should have been caught or at least completed passes. Had the receivers open, he just misfired. Oh, Kraft left it on the ground but picks it up, and he gives the ball to number 40, Philip Scott. He goes up into the line and maybe got a yard. That was a good play by Brady Kraft to get it off the ground and get the handoff completed.
That spelled disaster, but he picked that up and righted himself pretty quickly.
2nd and goal from the 3-yard line for Northside. This would be huge if Blacksburg can make a goal line stand here. Sean Bennett coming out of the game. I think Tay Ramsey went back in. He did. Tay Ramsey was off for that play just because it looked like he needed a breather, but he's back in the game now. 2nd and goal from the 3. Brady Kraft calling signals. I formation, 2 running backs behind him, Scott in the tail of the I. It will not be Scott. In fact, it's going to be a Northside touchdown. It will be Brent Fleming, number 32, who scores from a couple of yards away, and Northside is on the board late in the first half. 3:49 on the clock, and the Vikings are back in the game. They trail now only by a touchdown.
They had to fight for that touchdown, though. Every play was a battle.
So now they're on for the extra point attempt. It will be number 14, Ben Beckner, holding at the 10-yard line. And number 30, Austin Kinneman, will try the extra point. See how they do on this. Their kicking game's not great. And it's no good. Very low, not even close to being through the upright. So kick fails. Timeout. 3:49 left first half. Score Blacksburg 14, Northside 6.
Hi. Being there for kids is super good fun.
All it takes is a little know-how. Curiosity. The key to a lifetime of discovery.
Kids will go to mighty great lengths to impress you.
Kids know what's cool. Good thing you don't have to. Moments like these happen every day.
Lend your support. Go to bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
Until next time.
We're back live, Bill Brown Stadium. The homecoming crowd suddenly got a lot quieter after that score, Chris. It's 14-7, and it's all because Blacksburg served that one up on a silver platter. Interception.
Sure.
They started from the 30 or 25-yard line, had a short field, and took it right in.
It's going to happen. If you turn the ball over so many times, the other team is going to score off those, and that's going to come back to haunt you later.
The only good thing to come out of that was a missed extra point. So instead of a 7-point lead, they have an 8-point lead. Kenneman will kick off from the 40. High, short kick. It's going to bounce, and it'll be picked up by Tyler Holmes at the 30, 35, and up to the 37-yard line. So good field position. Flags come flying in after the play. Let's see what the penalty is. Good job by Tyler. Another flag came down late.
Well, they put Latrell Keys back there.
That was Latrell Keys, I'm sorry.
I haven't seen him back there to return kicks so far
Latrell
this year.
Keys came up and got the short kick, did a nice job of picking it up off the ground. It was so short it bounced before he could get there. And at the 37-yard line is where the flags flew as he was tackled. So let's just see what the penalty is.
So they're talking to the north side about it?
They're not really. Yeah, I guess it is on Blacksburg because they're looking at the north side sideline. We have a face mask. It's on north side, has to be. Yep. Face mask penalty on north side.
Yeah, it's a 5-yard variety.
This will be an inadvertent face mask. There's 2 face mask penalties. Inadvertent is when you get the face mask and let it go right away, and the other one is a 15-yard personal foul, jerking or ripping the face mask. So that was not a flagrant foul. So Blacksburg takes over, first down at the 41-yard line. Trey Gresh pitched back to Latrell Keys, looks for a block, got there, turned the corner and got up to the 47, 48-yard line. Good gain of about 7 on the play for Latrell Keys.
That's a good running play right there off the tackle. Picking up 7 yards in a running play. That's not too shabby.
Blacksburg would really like to get on the board again before the half ends. 3:25 left to go in the first half. And Blacksburg has, I believe, 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, they only used that one when they had too many men on the field.
So they've got time, plenty of time as a matter of fact. Trey Gresh with Sullivan and Keys behind him. 2 wides. Keys and Tyler Holmes wide right, but the handoff again goes to Latrell Keys. This time he's hitting the backfield. He lost a couple on the play. They're going to mark it at the 45. Loss of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for Blacksburg. Wow. Good defensive play that time by Northside.
That's the first time Blacksburg's lost yards on a play, I think.
That's the first time Latrell Keys has been caught in the backfield, that's for sure. I think you're right, Chris.
Yeah.
So now Trey Gresh will try to get that passing arm warmed up again. And I think it's important that he hits this one. His last couple he's thrown have been intercepted. He's had people open. He just hadn't been very accurate tonight.
I look for something short over the middle here.
Greg Keys wide to the right. Tyler Holmes in the slot. And we've got Schrader on the Caleb Schrader tight end on the left side. Keys back to pass. Got some time. Now he's going to run, and he can run for it. He's going to get a first down. Oh, we've got a penalty. 45-40, 35. Trey Gresh has no idea that there's a flag behind him, and we're probably going to get a holding penalty on Blacksburg.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Too bad, because Trey Gresh had the first down.
And some.
It's all going to come back, and it was behind the play. Boy, that'll just drive you crazy if you're a coach. You're going to look at that on a film, and you're going to say, why? Why in the world would you do that? The play was long gone.
How do you feel if you're Trey? You know, you just busted off a 30-yard run. Now it's coming back.
And he had no way of knowing that there was a flag down behind him. It's going to come back. Let's see where they eventually put the ball down. It's going to be all the way back to the 28-yard line is where they're going to put it down. And the bad news is not only the penalty takes them back, excuse me, but it's third down and about 20, call it 22 for a first down for Blacksburg. So now what you want to do is get at least 10 or 12 back and give your kicker a chance to pin them back a little bit.
That's about all you can do.
Yeah, Trey Gresh is the quarterback and the kicker, so he's going to try to get some of this yardage back. He's going to throw actually deep downfield, and it's going to be intercepted. Trey Gresh has thrown 3 interceptions in the first half. Wow. He was looking for Junior Brown, and it was underthrown. Junior, though, has to do a better job, I would think, Chris, come back and knock the ball away.
I mean, you know, you got to get your hands up. You got to jump. You got to do something.
You got to come back.
He's a huge dude. I mean, you know, he's not the corner that was on him was a small little guy. He shouldn't have been able to steal that from him.
Well, the other way to look at it, though, that's a pretty good punt. I mean, they
I guess, yeah,
they get the ball back to the 35-yard line, so not bad.
The interception was 17.
That's surprising, seeing 3 picks out of Trey today.
Yeah, Trey Gresh came into this game with only 1 interception, and now he has 3 in this game. Now we get a timeout for Northside as they're having problems getting the right people on the field. We'll keep it right here with 2 minutes left to go. Oh, it must be the 2-minute warning, right?
I guess so.
2 minutes left to go in the first half, and of course they don't do that in high school football, but this is a good timeout for both teams. Blacksburg has to be thinking, what the heck happened? Boy, the first quarter, everything was going their way, and the second quarter has gone the way of the guys in green and white over there.
Yeah, it's been happening all year. You know, I mean, it's a surprise, but it's no surprise that this is happening. You know, they came out strong in the first quarter, and the second quarter started, and they kind of, you know, even towards the end of the first quarter, you could see them kind of starting to lull a little bit. I'm thinking it's going to take another pep talk from Coach Kristen in the locker room at halftime to bring them out strong in the third.
Yeah, maybe that's what happens at halftime and before the game. They get their heads together and they make sure everybody's on the same page. And for some reason, in the second and fourth quarter, they forget all that stuff.
You're going to have to figure out how to do it in the second and fourth because you got these district games coming up. Hopefully, you're going to get to the playoffs, and you can't be lulling in the fourth quarter in these big games.
So Blacksburg sends their defense out on the field. Goal here is to get to the locker room with an 8-point lead. Brady Kraft is the quarterback. He's going to throw. Quick drop, quick throw. Incomplete, almost intercepted as John Cook was over there. So was Eric Huff. That'll stop the clock with 1:57 left to go.
That was a nice strong pass. I haven't seen that from the quarterback.
Yeah, second and 10 at the 35-yard line. So Northside apparently, with 1 timeout left, is going to try to throw to get down the field in a hurry here. Kendall Booker comes wide to the right. Kraft is back to pass looking for Booker. Now he's going to turn and run. He goes upfield, and he's at the 45-50, still going. 45, Cook has to get him out of bounds and does at the 43-yard line. Brady Kraft is going to be the leading ball carrier for both teams going to the locker room at halftime. He's just been running all over the field.
He has been running everywhere. But you know, when that pass breaks down, he's finding a hole. He's getting more than just a first down. He got about 10, 15 yards extra on top of the first down on that one.
They marked it at the 44. Cook was in pursuit, but nobody touched him. You know, if you're playing flag football, Brady Kraft would be a great guy to have.
He kept looking like he was, you know, someone was going to catch him from behind or from the side, but right at that last second, he just put the jets on and pull away from him, or cut outside or do something.
So Blacksburg will once again try to dig in defensively here and keep Northside at bay. Still plenty of time on the clock. 1:46 left to go.
And they got to stop him here. Northside's coming out with the ball in the second half.
That's right. Northside deferred to the second half. They'll get it first. Once again, 2 big, powerful, or not powerful, but quick running backs, Philip Scott and Brady Kraft, in that Northside backfield. This time it'll be Scott running right, turns the corner, 35, down to the 33-yard line. And it's Greg Keys who had to make the stop, and Joey Phillips coming up from the secondary.
Yeah, and you can't be happy right now if you're Blacksburg. This little freshman halfback has been tearing you up in the second quarter. You need to figure out a way to shut him down. He wasn't around in the first.
Now, when you got a team that's this young and this inexperienced, they are getting confidence. You can just see it happening right here on the football field.
You don't want to give this team any reason to band together and play any better.
We have a timeout and measurement coming, and the chains have to come all the way across the field, so this will take a little while. Minute 37 on the clock. And let's see if he picked up the first down. I believe that he did. He did by the length of the football, and a little bit more than that. So first down for Northside at the Blacksburg 33-yard line with 1:37 on the clock. Homecoming tonight here at Blacksburg, so it'll be a little bit of an extended homecoming ceremony, I'm sure, as it always is whenever we go to homecoming. But we have a lot of good information for you, so stick around at halftime. All right, so here we go. Brady Kraft, once again, with number 40, Philip Scott, right behind him. He's back to pass. He's going to throw. He's going to complete the pass. And it's going to stop the clock. Kendall Booker is the receiver. Eric Huff made the play defensively for Blacksburg. Gain on the play of about 3-4 yards.
He's got a very non-standard throwing motion. Everything he almost like he shot putted that pass.
Yep.
Most of his long throws kind of seem like a sidearm kind of pass. Not something you're used to seeing out of a sophomore quarterback in high school.
And it stops the clock with 1:28 left to go. Ball's at the gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Ball's at the Blacksburg 29-yard line. Kraft again, back to pass in the pocket, looking for Booker down the sideline. It's going to be way out of bounds. He about threw it over the chain link fence.
Just about.
That wasn't anywhere close to the field of play.
Let the cheerleaders catch one.
So 3rd and long for Northside. Bottom line is here, they've got 2 downs to pick it up. You know they don't have a kicker, and they're certainly not going to punt from where they are. So they'll take their time here, try to pick up the first down on 3rd and 4th down. Still have a minute 22 on the clock. Coming into the lineup, Trent Cundiff, number 9, and it looks like Philip Scott goes to the sideline. So they bring in some power, probably to block.
Yeah, I think we're going to see two straight runs here.
So we'll see what Brady Kraft does here on 3rd down and 7 from the 30-yard line. He's back to pass in the pocket, looking downfield, now rolling left. He's got a lot of room to run if he wants to, and he does. 25, got the first down at the 21-yard line. Penalty flag flies in as Brady Kraft goes out of bounds.
I think that might be a late hit on Blacksburg.
And it's over there near the north side bench. Let's see what the call is. Could be, because Kraft was definitely out of bounds before Blacksburg got to him. Referee's coming over to give us a signal, and it's going to be tacked on to the end of the play. This will not be good for the Bruins. Still waiting for an official signal. Did you see a signal, or do you just think that's what it was?
Judging from where it was and seeing what happened at the end of the play.
Yep, personal foul against Blacksburg. That's basically half the distance to the goal line right there.
Yeah, one of the Blacksburg players was on a beeline right for the quarterback.
That's going to take it all the way down to the 13-yard line of Blacksburg with 1:13 on the clock, and Northside is knocking on the door one more time here in the second quarter. First quarter, Blacksburg owned it. Second quarter, it's been all Northside. I don't even think Blacksburg has a first down in the second quarter.
I think you're right about that. I don't think they do.
So Brady Kraft, the sophomore quarterback, has his team on the move one more time. He's got in the backfield Kendall Booker.
The official's taking a timeout.
And also Philip Scott's back in the game. I think they just want to make sure they had the chains and everything set up properly. So the Blacksburg Bruins right now, I would think, would have to be looking for a turnover or something really positive to happen for their defense.
They need to make something happen here. I mean,
now we're going to get a timeout by Blacksburg, I believe. Yes.
Lots of timeouts.
And we'll keep it right here. So we have halftime coming up very, very quickly.
Yeah, the defense needs to make something happen here, because if Northside can get in and tie this game up, they get that 2-point conversion, they can tie this game up at 14, then come out with the ball in the second half. That's not going to be looking well for Blacksburg, especially with all the momentum seems to be shifting towards Northside right now.
3 turnovers, 3 Trey Gresh interceptions here in the first half, all of them in the second quarter, and that has been the unraveling of Blacksburg. And really, I think they'll be very happy to go to the locker room with the lead at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with three interceptions and to still go in the locker room up 14-6, if you could do that, that would be a definite boost. It's hard to win when you turn the ball over that many times in one half.
Trey Gresh down here in front of us with his helmet off. You know he's got to be thinking, man, I had a horrible first half. The good news is he still has a half left to recover.
Hopefully Coach Chris can get his head screwed on straight at halftime. See a new quarterback in the second half.
Now you can hear the fans now trying to get behind the team a little bit. I want to thank Joe Mayfed again for all of our stats that he supplies us from Blacksburg High School. Here we go. Homecoming crowd trying to fire up the defense. First down to the 13-yard line. It's going to be Scott on the carry. He's knocked down after a short gain. And that'll get the clock running. TJ Lockhart and on the stop for Blacksburg. Also Josh Price was in there. Second down and 9. Remember, they can get a first down without scoring. 49 seconds left to go here in the first half. And one timeout left for Northside. Blacksburg is out of timeouts. This time the pitch back goes to Scott. He's hitting the backfield.
Nice.
Great defensive play by Eric Huff.
That's what Blacksburg needed. They're going to start running this clock out. They're going to force Northside to either try to go for a long pass.
They try to go wide. They're going without a huddle now. It's third down. Third down and about 15 yards to go for a first down.
And don't forget, Northside's kicker tried to kick an extra point and send it under the goalpost.
Chris, they actually huddled. Clock is running. It's down to 13 seconds. They have one timeout left. They chose not to use it on third and long. Here's Kraft back to pass. Looking, throwing in the end zone. It is incomplete. Scott was there on the, Cook was there on the defense, but the pass was right there. Should have been a touchdown.
Kendall Booker just let it bounce right off his shoulder pads.
Booker did not make the catch. Would have been a touchdown. You're right. 3 seconds left to go in the half, and they're running their field goal kicker on the field. This will be interesting.
Yes, it will.
He missed an extra point.
He sent it under the goalpost.
From point blank range, he's going to try a 34-yard field goal on the last play of the first half.
Maybe a fake?
No, he's going to try it. Now we got a timeout. Blacksburg used their last time, Northside used their last timeout. But that's kind of funny because they had the snap on the way when they called that timeout.
Well, icing their own kicker.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
I'm just surprised they're even trying a field goal based on what I saw in the
Yeah, I
extra
mean,
point.
maybe that's what the coach was thinking. At the last minute, I don't want to do this timeout. Maybe he's going to cook up some sort of long play here again.
Well, you got to give the Blacksburg defense credit, though. Other than that pass play the kid dropped, they made some good defensive plays here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, the run defense, when it's on, it's definitely on. They're not able to run when that Blacksburg defensive line steps up and gets some penetration.
So you're right, Chris. I know, I'm sorry. The field goal kicker is coming back on the field. Didn't see him. It will be a 34-yard field goal attempt. Ben Beckner's on one knee at the 34-yard line, at the 24-yard line. It's going to be a little bit right to left. It's not right in the middle of the field. The crowd wanting one more big defensive play for Blacksburg here as we go to the first half. Ball is down. The kick is up. And it's going to be short and to the left, no good. That's the end of the first half with the score. Blacksburg 14, Northside 6.
Who can turn the world on with a smile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. Love is all around, why don't you take it?
The best way out is by coming in. Going to family learning programs helps you and your family lead better lives. Call 1-877-FAMLIT-1 because making it after all shouldn't just happen on TV.
All right, we're back at Bill Brown Stadium as the Blacksburg Marching Band takes the field for the homecoming festivities. It was all Blacksburg in the first quarter, and then Northside came back in the second quarter to make a game of it here tonight. 14-0 in the first quarter, and it looked like Blacksburg was on their way to a big runaway win, and then all of a sudden things started happening. Trey Gresh threw an interception, then another interception, and Chris, before you knew it, Northside was moving the ball, and they got on the board about the midway through the second quarter. Missed the extra point, but that's where we are, 14-6.
Yeah, and, this has kind of been the story of the year. We've been talking about this. Blacksburg comes out of the gate strong. They came out very strong today, scoring 14 early points, getting that lead, and we thought it was going to be a runaway game at that point, and then all of a sudden Blacksburg just disappeared, and here comes Northside in the second quarter with his freshman running back that no one can seem to tackle, and he's rushing for all these yards, and all of a sudden Gresh starts throwing interceptions in the wrong parts of the field, and Northside's right back in the game almost. They're going to get the ball coming out in the second half. If they score and get that 2-point conversion at the start of the second half here, then it's going to be a tied game.
Latrell Keys scored 2 first-quarter touchdowns on a pass from Trey Gresh and then on a run where he just broke it down the sideline and nobody was around. So it, again, looked like it was going to be a really good night for this Blacksburg team, and then all of a sudden we have 2 guys that got involved. Now, the quarterback, Brady Kraft, the sophomore quarterback, started to get loose and run around, and once he gets to the corner, the kid has a lot of speed, and that gave Blacksburg fits. And you're right, number 40, Philip Scott, freshman running back. Don't know how many yards he has. We'll get the stats here in a minute. Oh, you have him?
I have him. He's got 11 rushes for 41 yards.
Okay, so there you go.
And the quarterback, Brady Kraft, hasn't beat 7 rushes for 62 yards for Northside.
So just what we thought. He's the leading rusher.
Right.
And that's, I'm sure, what Blacksburg's talking about right now in the locker room. We've got to keep him inside. Don't let him get outside because he's very, very dangerous.
Yeah, they're going to have to stick Tyler Holmes or maybe Nathan Hopkins or Eric Huff, one of their faster linebackers. They're going to have to stick him on the quarterback and just have him shadow the quarterback, and because he's going to take off. He's not going to sit in the pocket. If something breaks down in the passing game, that quarterback, Brady Kraft, he is going to take off, and you need a linebacker there that can run with him and keep him contained for the second half. You don't want him running away with this game.
This is a game that Blacksburg desperately needs to win as they head into league play. Remember, next week is their first district game. They play at Cave Spring. So one thing you don't want to do is go into that game not really knowing, how good of a football team you have. Up until now, after that first game, it seems like every week Blacksburg got a little better, and then here in the second quarter they seem to regress a little bit.
A little bit, and this is not good going into the district games, because you want to be hitting those district games in stride. You want to have your team going, firing on all cylinders. You can't have any questions going into that because those are must-win games.
All right, when we come back, more of our halftime show from Bill Brown Stadium. It is homecoming here tonight. Good crowd for Blacksburg, and so far so good. No rain tonight from the stadium. Our halftime score, Blacksburg 14, Northside 6.
Songbirds we enjoy each summer, winter in the rainforests. Right now, many are losing their homes. The Arbor Day Foundation's Rainforest Rescue is making a difference. Go to arborday.org. See how to support rainforest rescue and find out which trees to plant where you live, so our songbirds have a home in the summer and the winter too. Go to arborday.org now.
All right, let's just take a look at some more statistics at halftime here. If you look at the stats, we're just talking during the commercial break, Chris, it could very easily be Northside 14 and Blacksburg 6.
That's what the stats look like.
Northside has more first downs, 10 to Blacksburg 6. I don't think Blacksburg even had a first down in the second quarter. Rush yards, 105 rushing yards for Northside, mostly by their young quarterback. Blacksburg only got 79. Passing yards, only 33 for Northside. That's where Blacksburg made up the difference. Excuse me, they had 104 passing yards. And again, Trey Gresh with that great first quarter settled it in the half, 5 out of 10 with 3 interceptions. He did have a touchdown pass, and Latrell Keys had the touchdown.
But again, you look at after the first quarter, Trey Gresh was 6 of 4 for 101 yards.
Right.
And then at the end of the second quarter, he's 5 of 10 for 104 yards. So he only passed for 3 yards in the second quarter.
And here's another telling statistic. On third down, Northside, 4 out of 10. Blacksburg 0 of 2 on third down, and then Northside even picked up that fourth down play. So they did very good on the money downs when counted.
Yeah, they were definitely doing that more so than Blacksburg. But we were talking about it in the pregame. Blacksburg has been showing this all season long. They're outscoring their opponents 105 to 57 before this game. But if you look at all the categories, they were outrushed, they were outpassed. A total offense, they were beaten in total offense, time of possession, first downs, almost every category you look at on the season stats, Blacksburg is behind their opponents except for scoring. So it's kind of following into their season what they're doing tonight.
Eric Huff was the leading tackler, by the way. He had 4 solo tackles, 1 assist, and then Tyler Holmes and Everett Russell came in with 2 each. So anytime you've got your defensive back basically making tackles. That's not good, and that shows you that their running backs.
Yeah. When you look down and you see your cornerbacks and your safeties are the ones making all your tackles, and something's going on in your front seven. Something's not going right in there because the halfback's able to get through there or to the outside. And either way, it's a bad deal.
But the good news is, after all of the problems they had in the second quarter, Blacksburg managed to get away with an 8-point lead. They're in the locker room, 14-6. We already told you that coming out in the second half, it will be Northside starting with the ball, but if Violet can get a decent kickoff, Northside probably won't have great field position, and that's what Blacksburg would have to hope for. And when you think about the score, Northside only went 30 yards for that touchdown. They had yet to take the ball the length of the
That's all they had to do after that interception,
All right, we're going to take a break.
Hello there. Having a lasting effect on a kid's life can be quick and easy.
Here's some stuff we've learned.
From time to time, secret codes may be used. It's not uncommon for a kid to demonstrate special powers.
Costumes can be uncomfortable, but loads of fun. Moments like these happen every day.
Lend your support. Go to bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
That's all for now.
Morgan Jones. Also representing the freshman class,
I've always had this. Maybe is that yours?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, okay.
this is your 2006
I'll break it out.
Huh?
I'll break it out when I know I'm not going to be moving around.
Congratulations.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now, Mr. Michael Hurst, our BHS principal, accompanied by Jordan Stevens and Rachel Day, will step forward and prepare to crown the 2006 homecoming king and queen. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2006 homecoming king and queen are David Nutter and Whitley Davis. Congratulations, David and Whitley, and to all of the homecoming court.
We're back live, Bill Brown Stadium. Bill McChain, Chris Singleton, and the captains are back out at the center of the field. This is just a formality because we already know Northside will get the ball first here in the second half. They won the toss and deferred to the second half, which automatically will give them the ball.
Another guy not in uniform for Northside.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is. Obviously, at one time he was a player, but he's not even close to being in uniform. He's in street clothes, and he's out there acting as one of their captains. It's a little bit unusual, but I'm sure there's a great story behind it. We just don't know what it is. So let's talk about the third quarter, Chris. This is another opportunity for Blacksburg to come back out and start strong as they normally do in the third quarter. And they kind of need to reestablish their offense. They really got out of sync there in the second quarter.
They really did. I mean, you look at the stats, and there was not much offensive production at all in the second quarter. Not a single first down. You know, you had the interceptions from Gresh. They just need to calm down. Everyone needs to calm down and just get back to their game and just do what they do best, which is, you run out of the eye, you spread the field out, you get that spread going. And you hit a long pass or two, and then you get that draw play with Latrell Keys right up the middle. That's the base of their offense. You got the I formation sets it up, and then the spread spreads the field out, and then they can when they get that spread and they spread the defense, that's when Blacksburg is really on their game.
Yeah, and if you're Northside, what you want to do is go right back to what worked. Get Brady Kraft on the corner and give it to number 40 Philip Scott and try to get him on the corner as well. Got some great speed in the open field if they can get those guys loose.
Yeah, he's got some great speed. He's got some great moves too. I mean, this is a kid that just does not want to go down. When he's going down, you'll see him throw his hand out and just try and plan off on that hand and keep going. This is a very skilled running back for a freshman.
So Caleb Violet will kick off. And number 40, Philip Scott, and number 33, Jordan Cooper, deep for Northside. So Scott and Cooper deep as Violet moves to the football. Low driving kick. It will be Scott at the 5-yard line, 10, 15, 20. 25 turns it to the outside, and now he's downed right at the 25-yard line. Good tackle. Looked like number 40, Josh Price, got him. Also, Josh Reynolds in on the play for Blacksburg. So first down for Northside. That's just what we talked about, Chris. Very important now, field position-wise, for Blacksburg to keep these guys backed up and not give them good field position.
Yeah, the defense needs to come out with a bunch of heads full of steam and just press back that offensive line, not allow them to run, not allow the quarterback to pass or even get out of the pocket.
So once again, sophomore quarterback Brady Kraft, a freshman at tailback, number 40, Philip Scott. And here we go, first down. Brady Kraft calling signals. He's going to turn around and hand it off to Philip Scott. He comes up over the right side, got a couple of yards, tackled right away by Everett Russell. And looked like Sean Bennett was also in the play.
That's the kind of defense we've been looking to see all through the second quarter.
They give him 3 yards on the play up across the 27-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for Northside. We know they could throw, but be honest with you, their bread and butter is running the ball. They got 2 pretty quick runners back there, their quarterback and their tailback. So here is Brady Kraft. Once again, hands off to Scott.
Looks like he lost it.
And the ball might have come loose. No official signal. John Cook on the tackle for Blacksburg, and it's going to be Northside retaining possession, but I think the ball did come out. Now they're talking about
discussing.
it. The Blacksburg players are pointing like they have the ball. There's a discussion going on. I think the discussion is, was he down before he fumbled? He did fumble the ball. We have a meeting of the officials standing at the 29-yard line. It will be Blacksburg staying on defense.
Eric Huff came in and made a hit on the halfback there when he was getting held up. Couldn't really tell if he was down or not, but Huff came in and just leveled him, took that ball right out of there.
3rd down and 6 for Northside at the 29-yard line, their own 29. Coming wide to the right is Kendall Booker. He's their main wide receiver, the only guy that's caught a pass for him tonight. Let's see what Brady Kraft comes up with here. And they're going to give the ball to Scott. He gets maybe 1 yard. Tyler Holmes came up to make the stop. It'll be 4th down, and Northside will be forced to kick, and that's exactly what you wanted out of the Blacksburg defense to start the second half.
That's definitely what you needed, because you had that bad second quarter, so you got to come out and show some dominance in the second half. You definitely don't want them to come out and get a score and possibly tie the game up early on. This is a good defensive stand. I like that.
That's your basic 3 and out, and Greg Keys is back to receive this kick. And again, it'll be Derek Atwood in to kick, and he'll stand back inside his 15-yard line, hoping for a good snap. He's yet to get a good snap tonight. Another high snap, a little bit better. Blacksburg comes in quickly.
Almost blocked.
Almost blocked it. This time it's a pretty good kick, and it's going to roll inside the 40 and be down at the 38-yard line. That's where Blacksburg will go to work. That's the best kick of the night for Atwood, and you're right. Tyler Holmes almost blocked it.
Very close to getting blocked. They got to work on those snaps. Those snaps are coming in, high and on an arc, and that's if you're going to snap it on an arc, if there's an arc on that ball, then it's going to get blocked once or twice.
I'll tell you, the job of long snapper is not easy.
No. No.
You've got to have a good athlete doing that, because he's going to get hit as soon as he snaps it, but he can't think about that. His main job is to get the ball back there.
Yep.
And Frank Beamer is a perfect example of how much time and effort he puts into his special teams, and one of the most important positions on that kick team is this long snapper.
That's why they have those rules on field goals. You're not allowed to rush the center, just for that very reason.
So here we go. Trey Gresh needs to complete some passes early, get his confidence back here in the second half. They're going to run an option play. Latrell Keys left it on the ground. Northside picks it up, and they're going to run it down the field, inside the 10-yard line. Flag goes down. So they come out with a pitch play. They leave it on the ground, and Northside runs it all the way down to the 5 or 10-yard line. See, it's on the 5. Let's check the penalty. Could be a face mask down there.
Yeah, Trey Gresh trying to run that option to the left side. He pitched it just a little bit behind Latrell Keys on that one. Keys lost his hand on the ball. Looked like he was going to catch it, but he just lost his fingers on it, and it fell behind him. He couldn't get, with the wet field, he couldn't get his footing to get back and get that ball.
4th turnover of the night for Blacksburg. Flag is still on the field. We don't have a signal yet. Referee's coming out here to give us a signal. Face mask is the call.
On Blacksburg.
Yeah, on Blacksburg, right? It was on the tackle at the end of the play. That'll be half the distance. It's not really going to hurt him that bad. The ball's already on the 5-yard line. Well, Blacksburg came up with a good goal line stand down here late in the second quarter, and they're going to try to do it again. 1st and goal for Northside. And they're going to put the ball down at the... should be about the 2.5-yard line. It won't be the 1-yard line. It'll be about the 2-yard line.
Kind of negates that 3 and out for Blacksburg.
Boy, what happened on that pitch play? It looked like it was a bad pitch to me. Behind Latrell.
Yeah, he threw a little bit behind Latrell when he went to pitch it. He had the defensive end right in his face, and he probably got a little bit flustered.
All right, here we go. Brady Kraft probably give the ball to number 4. No, he's going to give it to the big fullback. He goes straight ahead. They scored on that play in the first half. He does not get in. That was Brent Fleming. He was stood up immediately by Joey Phillips.
Yeah, and while he was getting stood up, John Cook just kind of ran around from behind and jumped on his back and tried to pull him backwards away from the end zone. That was pretty funny.
2nd and goal from the 3-yard line, or let's say 2.5-yard line. Just underway, 3rd quarter. Northside trying to take advantage of a Blacksburg fumble. Here's Kraft calling signals. And this time he gives the ball to number 42, who dives into the end zone for a touchdown. That was Kyle Rucker, I believe. It was Kyle Rucker. We hadn't seen him yet tonight. But he goes right over left tackle for the touchdown. And now it is a 14-12 game. And let's see if they go for 2. Looks like they will go for 2.
I would imagine they would be.
Don't see the kicker on the field. So they're going to try to tie it right here. Blacksburg has only themselves to blame. They have basically given Northside 2 touchdowns on offensive mistakes. 4 turnovers tonight for the Bruins. You're not going to win many games with 4 turnovers.
It's very hard to do. I'm surprised with that many turnovers. Blacksburg's even still in this game.
So here we go. 2-point conversion attempt. Brady Kraft has Booker wide to the right. He also has Cundiff wide to the left. Let's see what happens here. He's going to try to throw for it. Here comes the rush. They got him in the backfield. He's going to be caught and down at the 10-yard line. So Blacksburg retains the lead because they shut down the 2-point conversion. Timeout. 8:36 left, third quarter. Score Blacksburg 14, Northside 12.
My nerves stand on end. My palms sweat. And everything's a blur. The rush is so intense. All I want to do is get even higher.
Andrea Moretti is under the influence of her local teen center volunteer. Each month, she helps Andrea stay on top of the world and off drugs. Be a coach, a mentor, a volunteer, because you have something to offer.
We are back. Austin Kinnaman will kick off for Northside. 14-12 now. Blacksburg holding on to that 2-point lead because Northside has yet to get a conversion after their score. Here's a good kick by Kinnaman, and Keys will get it at the 15-yard line, 20, 25, 30, 35, all the way up to the 39-yard line before they finally get him down.
That was a nice return by Luttrell there.
Yeah, and a nice pickup. The ball was right at his feet. It was a short kick. He had to come up to get it, and it would have been easy for him to boot the ball, but he got a good handle on it and puts Blacksburg in pretty good shape field position-wise. Now they just have to eliminate the mistakes. Trey Gresh, I would think, needs to complete a couple of short passes just to get his confidence back. If he could do that, and if they get Luttrell Keys running again, they'll be all right.
Yeah, he's got to get that second quarter and those 3 picks out of his head. Coach Chris has got to do something to help him get that out of his head because he's never going to be able to play well with that in the back of his
Blacksburg
mind.
gets 2 tight ends into the game late, which indicates they are going to run the ball. Luttrell Keys is the only setback. And he gets the ball, and he's hitting the backfield. He just barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Jeffrey Willis in on the tackle on that one.
Yep, number 70, Jeffrey Willis, 73 was in there, but I thought Luttrell Keys did a great job, Chris, just getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he got hit about 3-4 yards behind the line.
He was hitting the backfield, absolutely.
Put that stiff arm out and chopped his legs and got back up the line of scrimmage.
On second and long, Blacksburg has gone back to 4 wides here, 3 of them on the left side. And it will be Trey Gresh in the shotgun with Luttrell Keys standing right beside him. He gets it. Well, it's a high snap, but he got it. Gets the ball out here to Tyler Holmes. 40, 45-yard line up to the 49-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Good throw from Gresh. Kind of high, but good catch by Tyler Holmes, and he got a lot of those yards back.
That was a good play on second and long.
Yeah, now it's third down and short for Blacksburg.
Caught the defense in a blitz there. Just did a little screen pass out the outside.
They marked it at the 48-yard line. They got to get to the 50, so it's 3rd and 2. They got to come back with the same play because Tyler Holmes was wide open. This time, the wide side of the field, though, will be the right. See how they go. Greg Keys comes to the left side with Jordan Wade. And it will be Tyler Holmes and Greg Keys. And Trey Gresh is going to go right up the middle with it. Oh, looked like he had the first down.
I think he got it.
I don't know. Look where the officials coming in. They're going to mark it short. He got a bad spot. I thought he got to the 50, and look where they marked it.
Yeah.
Back at the 49-yard line.
The whole yard off that run.
And let's see what Dave Chris does here on 4th down. It's 4th down and less than a yard. This is a big decision for the Blacksburg coach. He is going to go for it, I believe. Nope, he's going to kick. He's going to kick. Trey Gresh is very upset because he was so close to getting that first down and he did not get it.
I thought he had it. I really did. He was hit hard, though. He did get hit hard.
This is actually a good decision. You don't want to give Northside any kind of field position here. And if Gresh could get a good kick away, this will pin him back.
Well, maybe he'll use his anger and put that into the ball. Kick it a little further.
Deep, number 12, Kendall Booker for Northside. Good snap. Trey gets a good kick away this time. Booker back to the 20-yard line. Good coverage. He gets out to the 25 and out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Nobody actually did tackle him, but they just forced him out of bounds.
Yeah, Austin Kennedy forced him to the outside.
Pretty good run back. They're going to spot it right at the 30-yard line. Gresh didn't get a lot of hang time that time. He did get a long kick, but it gave Booker time to get a return on. So with 7:33 left to go in the third quarter, Northside gets their hands on the ball one more time here. They trail 14-12. But since early in the second quarter, they've been the more dominant football team here tonight. Blacksburg just hanging on. They need a turnover. That would help them tremendously. They really haven't had the field position that they're used to either tonight. Brady Kraft with that long signal count. He does that every time. And he gives the ball to number 40, and Tyler Holmes gets him in the backfield. That's Philip Scott. Did not get back the line of scrimmage. That play took too long to develop, and Tyler Holmes came up to make the play.
That was good pursuit by Tyler Holmes around the outside there. Looked like he was going to get away. Tyler Holmes caught him from behind, dragged him down.
Second down and 10 for Brady Kraft and the Northside offense. The Vikings came into this game with only one win. They beat Christiansburg, the only win for them this year. They're 1-4. Blacksburg 3-1, looking for their fourth win of the year and having trouble right now. Kraft to Scott over the left side. This time he gets a few yards. They get him down at the 37-yard line. Got about 3 or 4 yards on the play, and a flag comes in late after the play was over. Now let's see what it is. Blacksburg is looking like it may go against them.
That was just a huge pile in the middle. Oh, Tay's mad.
It's going to go against Blacksburg. Probably a personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct, same thing. 15-yard penalty. Jake Belote's coming off the field just to talk to a coach and going back on quickly. Boy, you just can't let those kinds of mistakes happen in a close game like this. You just basically gave him a first down. Had him 3rd and long. You're going to give him a first down at midfield.
Now they're almost back to where you punted the ball from.
That goes down to the 47-yard line of Blacksburg. First down for Northside. Dave Christ is getting the word on who the penalty was called on. We didn't see anybody come out of the game, so apparently Blacksburg is content to leave the offending player in the game.
All I saw was a big 15-man dog pile in the middle of the field.
Well,
I don't know how you get a penalty out of that.
And the penalty came in extremely late. The play was already over. 6:45 left third quarter, 14-12 Blacksburg. 12 unanswered points by Northside after Blacksburg had a 14-0 lead in the first quarter. 2 touchdowns by Latrell Keys, and it's been all Northside ever since. Motion man across the backfield. Scott with the ball, hitting the backfield, and pushed back. 5 blue jerseys all over Philip Scott.
Sean Bennett on the takedown initially.
Sean Bennett was the first guy in, but Eric Huff was there, Greg Keys was there, Tyler Holmes. Take your pick, they were all there.
They were all there. I think Tay Ramsey's the one that officially pushed the pile over onto its side.
50-yard line is where they spot the balls. They lost 3 at 2nd and 13 for Northside. And this is the type of offense Northside we're talking about that it's very difficult for them to come back on 2nd and 3rd long, and that's what they have right now. Not a big play kind of team. They grind it out. They've been doing that tonight, but let's see if they have a big play in their arsenal here. Brady Kraft. It's like we had movement on the line, no call. Incomplete pass intended for number 90, who we don't have on our roster. Thank you very much.
Nice.
We actually do have him on our depth chart, but I don't have a...
Philip Scott.
No, that's 40.
No, it's 40.
Yeah. Look, see, we have 90 and no name. So,
Nice.
Don't know who 90 is, but it was an incomplete pass. It's going to be 3rd down and 3rd and 13 for...
Maybe he's a ringer.
For Northside. Yeah, he's probably a college player that they brought in, right? Anyway, it's 3rd and 13 from the 50-yard line for Northside. Kraft back to pass. Now he goes up and tries to run, but great job by Sean Bennett to pull him down. A gain of only 3 on the play. It's 4th and 10. Good defense by Blacksburg after that penalty. They basically said, you know what, they're not getting any more.
Yeah, and if Bennett didn't make that tackle there, then the quarterback's got at least a first down, if not more. He had just open yards for 20 open field for 20 yards in front of him.
So let's see what Northside chooses to do in 4th down here. They got their punter in the game. Derek Atwood is in, and it will be Greg Keys deep for Blacksburg. 5:17 on the clock, and Blacksburg clinging to a 2-point lead. Atwood calling signals, waiting for the snap. He's got the ball. It's another high snap. Ball is away. Blacksburg had another chance to block it. Couldn't get there. Good kick this time. Bounces at the 20 down to the 15-yard line, and that's where it'll be down. So Blacksburg will take over at the 15-yard line. And once again, not great field position for the Bruins. And they're going to have to be careful that they don't turn the ball over again deep in their own territory. 4 turnovers tonight for Blacksburg, and again, Chris, you're right. They're very fortunate to still be in the league.
They have to be. They've been giving it up here. I was expecting them to come out strong in the third quarter, and they did on that first defensive drive. But then once they had that fumble on the option, they've lost all their steam, it seems, once again, and that's not good because the third quarter is their strong quarter for Blacksburg.
Looks like Northside defensively has made a commitment to shut down Latrell Keys, so it's going to be up to Trey Gresh to figure out where else he can get some yards. He's going to have to throw the ball and open up the defense a little bit. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 15. Latrell Keys is in the backfield. Trey Gresh goes right ahead.
Ooh.
Oh, man, did he get hit hard. You saw his head pop up. There's the flag coming in. They roughed him up.
Good.
They got him on the ground, and they roughed him up, and that's going to cost Northside. After the whistle had blown, Trey Gresh was drilled into the ground by Northside, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
Yeah, he got popped real hard by Rick Flores there. As soon as he got across as soon as he got across the line of scrimmage.
See his head snap up?
I did. I saw his head snap back, and he just got pushed backwards. That was a big hit.
That's a play that has worked in previous games. Trey Gresh right up the middle on a quick count. That didn't work.
He always
that
gets
time.
about 3 yards on that QB sneak.
But it didn't at a 15-yard penalty. You can see Trey Gresh. He's out here. He's got his hands on his knees. He really took a beating on that play.
Yes, he did.
Most of it illegal.
Yeah, you can't hit the quarterback like that.
Personal foul, Northside, 15 yards. And boy, if you're Coach Bert Torrance, you cannot be happy about that play. You had the play stop, you had the quarterback on the ground, and then you piled on.
Now knows what Coach Chris feels like.
1st down, Blacksburg at the 33-yard line. So they have a little operating room now. Greg Keys out here wide left. Tyler Holmes goes to the right side. And we've got 2 tight ends, and Latrell Keys, the only setback behind Trey Gresh. Let's see what we do on 1st down. Gresh back to pass, looking. Has to roll out of trouble. Now he's going to run. 25-yard line, up to the 35, 40. See where they mark him out of bounds. Actually, 37-yard line is where they're going to mark him out of bounds.
They're not giving him good spots tonight, are they?
They sure are not. Gave him 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Wow, so they took off about 3 yards off the end of that run.
Apparently, he stepped out of bounds long before we thought he did. It's the far sideline. We're not really in a position to see it real well from where we are. We're not extremely high up here in this position, so when it gets to the far sideline, it's tough for us to see. They gave him, say, 3.5 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 6 at the 37. Tyler Holmes, Greg Keys out here to the left side. Greg Keys is in the slot.
I'm where I'm normally at.
Trey Gresh on 2nd and 6.
You're welcome to come on up here.
Latrell Keys, up the middle he goes to the 40-yard line. Got about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Blacksburg.
That's what they found themselves last time when Trey Gresh tried to run for it and got caught right at the line.
So we'll see what Dave Chris calls here on 3rd and 3.
I like to see him throw that spread formation out here and then have the draw with Latrell Keys.
Yeah, because whenever they do that, it gives Latrell Keys some avenues, some room to run.
And, it's a long enough play where the defense could believe that they're going to pass, so the defense will still spread out.
Greg Keys wide left, Tyler Holmes wide right, I formation, Sullivan and Keys in the backfield on 3rd and 3. Hand off to Sullivan. Sullivan spins out of the first tackle and picks up the 1st down. Big run by Charles Sullivan to the 44-yard line. Huge 1st down.
I thought he got stuck in the backfield, but he just kept them legs chopped and forced himself through the line. Got a 1st down. That's an excellent run by Charles Sullivan.
He's got a nice spin move. As soon as he gets in, he spins. He gets out of that tackle.
You don't see that too much out of a fullback spinning. Usually it's just, I have the ball, I'm going to run straight.
That is the first down for Blacksburg since, I don't know when. It's been a long time.
Since 1st quarter.
I think so.
Yep.
So it's 1st down at their own 44, and now Trey Gresh can go to work and see what they do. Pitch back to Keys. This time he makes sure Keys slipped down. Did his knee go down?
Yeah,
yes,
sure
it did. Back at the 42-yard line. That's too bad. Again, we have a wet field down there tonight. Latrell was trying to cut it upfield, and his knee touched at the 42, so it's a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, I think he tried to cut it upfield before he was planning on it, and his legs didn't slow down in time, just lost his foot and came out from under him. It's going to happen when the field's wet.
I don't know what's happening. Dave Christ is down here on the sideline on his knees, and getting a late play signaled in from the sideline. Now Dave's up. He must have dropped something on the ground. Anyway, it's 2nd and long, 2nd and 12 for Blacksburg. 3 wide receivers to the right side. Holmes, Wade, and Keys. There's Latrell Keys up the middle, and that's the play you were talking about, Chris, where they spread everybody wide and then go up the middle.
Hit that draw up the middle.
Good defensive play there by Northside to prevent a big play. Keys was one step away from breaking it.
You know, big Jeffrey Willis had a secure grab there on Latrell Keys' ankle. He might have been able to bust that out and get a lot of yardage, possibly taking it to the house that time, but he had that kung fu grip on his ankle. Couldn't get out of there.
Third down and 8 for Blacksburg. They've got it at the 47-yard line. They need to get to the Northside 46. So this is a big play again for the Bruins, and this is probably going to be a Trey Gresh pass. Gresh back to throw, rolling right. He's got some room to run if he wants to, but he's going to throw for it. He's got Greg Keys, first down, inside the 40. Big pass from Trey Gresh to Greg Keys.
That was an excellent pass fake there by Trey Gresh. Had everybody on the defensive line fooled except for the left end. But then Blacksburg's left tackle, R.J. Perkins, picked him right up. Gresh had plenty of time to throw it. He could have run it if he wanted to, like you said.
He had plenty of
room to run. Yeah, instead he found a wide open receiver and got a first down.
They mark it just inside the 40. Blacksburg on a drive now. Finally, they're getting their offense rolling, and just in time because the score is 14-12. They led 14-0 at the end of the first quarter, and then Northside got 12 in the second quarter. A minute 40 left third quarter. Latrell Keys over the left side, got some room, got a block. 35 down to the 34-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. Nice run by Latrell Keys.
He's trying to run with some fervor, isn't he? Got some of that in the second quarter.
Got a nice block from Charles Sullivan that time. Sullivan looks a little shaken up. Boy, he really laid it out for his teammate. So second down at the 34-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 4. Clock running with a minute and 9 left, third quarter. Blacksburg would love to take it down and get in the end zone right here. Trey Gresh, shotgun formation. Snap goes, Latrell Keys up the middle. There he goes.
Still going.
Penalty flag is down. And so is Keys at the 26-yard line. Now let's check the penalty. Could be a Blacksburg hold. It's in the Blacksburg, on the Blacksburg side of the field.
I like to see Latrell Keys running like this. He's got that power back. He's just throwing himself through people. Looks like he's going to go for, holding.
No, face mask.
Face mask on Northside.
Yeah, I saw Trey Gresh clapping, so I knew it was against Northside, but it's just a late signal by the referee. It is a face mask penalty. Now the question is,
how many? 5
yards or 15 points. It's only going to be 5. Yep. So apparently at the end of the run, they grabbed the face mask, and that adds on to the run. So first down Blacksburg at the Northside 21-yard line.
I say just keep feeding it to Latrell Keys. He's running hard right now.
53 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Blacksburg would like to have the last play of the third quarter be a touchdown. That'd be perfect to go to the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Keys wide to the left. Tyler Holmes wide right. Sullivan and Latrell Keys behind Gresh. It's going to be Latrell Keys over the right side, left side. Sullivan with another good block. Latrell Keys out of bounds inside the 17 down to the 16-yard line. Needed one more block so that he could turn the corner, and there's just nobody left to block for him. But he did get about 4 yards, called 2nd and 6. Down to the 17-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 17-yard line.
He went out of bounds, and so that stops the clock with 32 seconds in the quarter. Homecoming night here at Blacksburg, and I'm sure they're hoping for a big victory party after the game. Always makes homecoming a little sweeter when you can win.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's happy.
And right now, Trey Gresh gets a direct snap in the backfield. He's got Latrell Keys, gives the ball to Latrell Keys. Latrell looking for a hole. It closes quickly. And number 44, Nick Sigmund, their leading tackler in the first half, was right there to make the stop for Northside. Short gain for Keys. This will bring up another third down for Blacksburg. I will say this, they are in field goal range.
They are in field goal range. Caleb Violette is a very good kicker, and he could definitely make it here from the 15-yard line.
And that would put him up by 5 points. It'll give him a little breathing room anyway. But they're not thinking field goal right now. They want to get a first down. I think Blacksburg's probably going to take a timeout here. Oh, that's actually the end of the quarter, so they don't have to take a timeout. Well, we've completed 3 quarters here tonight, and there's timeout on the field with their score, Blacksburg 14, Northside 12.
Well, hello. There's nothing more rewarding than helping a kid.
Now, a few observations. Imaginary friends, now you see them, now you don't.
Not all hidden talents are socially acceptable. Be conscious of size differences.
Moments like these happen every day.
Lend your support. Go to bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
Until next time.
Here's the entrance. Drawing will be
We're back live at Bill Brown Stadium. Bill McShane, Chris Singleton. One more quarter left on homecoming night here at Blacksburg, and it's the Bruins holding on right now to a 14-12 lead, but they are threatening. They're in the red zone inside the 20-yard line. They have it at the 15. It's 3rd down and 4. And we'll see what they come up with. They're going to stay in the eye with Sullivan and Keys in the backfield, 2 tight ends, and Tyler Holmes flanked wide to the right. Let's see what they call here on 3rd and 4. Trey Gresh to Latrell Keys. He is hit immediately, still going, but he's going to be short of the first down. And let's see what Dave Christ, the Blacksburg coach, chooses to do here. I think he's going to send in his field goal kicker. We'll see. Yes,
there he is.
Caleb Violet's going to go in and try a field goal, which would give Blacksburg a 5-point lead if he makes it. 4th down and 3 for Blacksburg. It's a long 3, about 3.5, and it will be for Caleb Violet about a 34-yard attempt. Let's see where Cook puts his knee down. It'll be 33 yards. It's going to be from the 23. 22, let's make it a 32-yard attempt from the left hash mark. John Cook will hold at the 22-yard line. We need a good snap and a good hold here, and Caleb can make it. Snap is good, ball's down, kick is up, it's low, it is good. It was only about 2 feet above the crossbar, but he got it through.
Yeah, it looked like a punt. It had a spiral going on it.
Drive kick, but it counts. Timeout, 11-11 left to go in the game. Score, Blacksburg 17, Northside 12.
Well, hello. There's nothing more rewarding than helping a kid.
Now, a few observations. All kids should have the right to experiment.
Imitation, an art form to kids. Staring. There's just no explanation for it.
Moments like these happen every day.
Lend your support. Go to bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
Have a super great day.
We're back live here at Bill Brown Stadium. Caleb Violet just kicked the field goal, 22 yards, getting ready to kick off. Oh, good high kick this time. All the way down to the 3-yard line. 10, 15, 20, 25-yard line, and good tackle there by number 40.
Josh Price.
That was
number 40, I think, for them. Philip Scott
on the return. I was trying to figure out who the return guy was, but a good tackle, 25-yard line, 1st down for Northside, and it's pretty much up to the Blacksburg defense now to shut down Northside with only a 5-point lead. You can't afford to make any mistakes.
Got to keep them out of the end zone.
And we've got a whistle, and Blacksburg has to take a timeout because they didn't have enough players on the field. They only had 10, and it was Charles Sullivan who came on late, and that may turn out to be a big mistake later on as they need timeouts. Hopefully they won't need them, but they had to burn one right there. We'll keep it right here.
They need to get that problem fixed. They had 12 men out on the field earlier, and last week they had to take a timeout when they had 12 men on the field, and a couple times they've only had 10. They really need to get their personnel straightened out. That's something that'll make the coach very angry when you're not on the field when you're supposed to be.
Don't forget, next week we're back on the radio from Cave Spring High School up in Roanoke. Again, we'll be on the air at 7 o'clock with the first River Ridge District game for Blacksburg, and they're hoping to get to that game with a 4-1 record and play a Cave Spring team that's already lost twice this year. So Blacksburg is hoping that they can get up there on a high with a win tonight.
They're going to need to band together in this 4th quarter and get themselves together. Get back on their game if they're going to roll up into Cave Spring with any power behind them.
Blacksburg 2-0 this year on the road. They played well on the road. They've really struggled more here at home than they have on the road. All right, here we go. Blacksburg has 11 guys on the defense now. That's always helpful. Try to stop this Northside offense. Brady Kraft has been the quarterback the whole way. He's under center calling signals, I formation behind him. Scott is in the tail of the eye. The freshman tailback, Scott. Actually, Kraft back to pass. He's not going to get it away before he gets hammered to the ground by Sean Bennett. Boy, Sean Bennett's played a good game tonight. Nathan Hopkins was also in there defensively.
You could definitely call that one a coverage, Shaq. He had plenty of time to throw the pass, but nowhere to throw it. He kept bumping up in the pocket, finally got sacked right back at the line of scrimmage, right before probably he was about to take off and run with it.
So officially it doesn't count as a sack because he did get back to the line of scrimmage, but it goes
so he gained about 2 inches there.
2nd and 10 for Northside, coming out wide to the left. Brandon Van Martyr, pretty big kid, about 6'1", big enough to be a tight end, but they got to line him up at wide receiver for this play. This time the pitchback goes to Scott. He cuts up inside. Nice cut, and he's in the clear. Look out. Boy, he had one guy to beat. That was John Cook, or he would have scored. Cook got him at the 50-yard line. And we've got two Blacksburg players down at the 33-yard line. Apparently they ran into each other, and that's not good. One of them is Charles Sullivan. And the other one is Nathan Hopkins. He's on one knee, so he's going to be okay, but Sullivan is hurt. And again, Philip Scott burns Blacksburg with a big run.
You know, I was scared of that all game. You know, he's got that speed, and if he gets a hole to run through, he is going to do something with it. And if he didn't get caught from behind there, I thought he was gone. I didn't think he was going to get caught from behind there.
John Cook basically saved a touchdown.
John Cook saved a touchdown for sure. And you know, that's something that I've been looking to happen all game. Is for Philip Scott to just break one and not be able to get caught. And luckily, he got caught.
We're going to take a timeout because this injury looks like it's going to take a while. Sullivan's still on the ground. 10:13 left to go in the game. Our score, timeout on the field, and our score, Blacksburg 17, Northside 12.
But we've done some things where he jumps off from the side. And we've done some things passing him back and forth. We've done some activities where he floats on his back, on his stomach. I think swimming is a fun thing you can do with your kid. And I think it's good for kids to learn about being in the water.
The Water Babies class is one of the many classes that the Blacksburg Parks and Rec Department has to offer for you and your child. Call 961-1135 or visit www.blacksburg.gov/recreation.
Charles Sullivan had to be helped off by two Blacksburg officials, and he is still being helped. They're going to take him down to the end of the bench, maybe the locker room, not sure, but they should put him on a cart. I don't think they're going to go all the way with him on their shoulders. But it will be first down for Northside at the Blacksburg 49-yard line. And yeah, they are going to put him down at the end of the bench and take a look at his left leg. No weight at all. He was putting no weight at all on the left leg as he was helped off the field.
Yeah, it does not look good for Sullivan.
Now the officials are conferring for some reason. As Northside came to the line of scrimmage, the officials got together and they are talking about something, not sure what. A lot of discussions by the officials tonight. Now we're going to go. Clock will start. And Northside will have it on the Blacksburg side of the field, which is where they've been much of the night. After the first quarter, they've had pretty good field position. First down, 49. Once again, it's Scott right up the middle, and he hits again for 10 more yards. Wow, and it's Jake Below who had to stop him.
He's running hard now, too. Got two halfbacks running hard in this game tonight.
And he's running north-south. He's just going right up the middle.
We got fired out of a cannon on that one.
Actually, a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. And if you're an offensive coordinator or the head coach, this is a play you love to call. You can do anything you want on this play.
Anything. I love a play action on second down.
I formation, Scott in the tail of the I. Brady Kraft calling signals. Again, motion across the backfield by Northside. Here's Scott again. He got the first down. He's tackled at the 35-yard line by John Cook. I'm sorry, Tyler Holmes made the stop. Holmes is number 6, Cook's number 7, so I wasn't far off. First down for Northside at the 35-yard line. And Sullivan is still getting attention down there on the sideline. And probably won't return tonight. Robert Jennings is the senior fullback who will be coming in once Blacksburg gets the ball back. They don't lose anything there. He's a good player. Hate to see Sullivan go down, but Jennings is a very good player. First down for Northside. Blacksburg 35-yard line. A touchdown will give him the lead. Here's Scott. This time they get him in the backfield and drive him back. Looks like it might have been Tay Ramsey, and it was. And it was also Eric Huff.
Tay Ramsey leading the charge for Bruins.
That was the first good play we've seen out of the Bruins defense in the past couple plays.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they needed a big play, and they got one. It'll be 2nd and 12 now, back to the 38-yard line. They need to really bow their necks here and dig in and stop this Northside offense. They're clinging to a 5-point lead.
Very shaky 5-point lead.
Very shaky 5-point lead. One play away from Northside having the lead. With a guy like Philip Scott on the field, it's very shaky. Scott's in the tail of the I one more time. It's going to be 2nd and long. Brady Kraft, play action pass, looking to throw, rolling out. He's got some running room. Now he throws. It's incomplete. Nice. Jake Belote on the defensive play to knock it away. Good defensive play by Jake Belote.
Good pass breakup.
Good pass breakup, and Joey Phillips was watching Brady Kraft to make sure he didn't turn it up the field and run. So good defense again by Blacksburg. It's 3rd down and 12 for Northside at the Blacksburg 37-yard line. And no doubt, if they don't pick it up here, they'll go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I think they've stuck Joey Phillips. I think they've stuck him on the quarterback, on Brady Kraft, just to make sure that he can't run.
I think you're right, and I think that's a great idea because Kraft is very dangerous. They have 2 weapons on that offense, Brady Kraft and Philip Scott. Here we go, Kraft rolling, actually back in the pocket looking to throw. Here comes the pressure, and they got it. Eric Huff swooping in from the side, basically just jumped on Kraft's back and downed him. It's going to be 4th down for Northside, and now they will kick because they lost even more yards, and Kraft is limping. That had to be hard on his knee as Huff came down on his back.
I could only imagine. The entire defensive line just crashed down on all their blockers right there. They got excellent penetration, and then you get how many get that sack. Eric Huff comes in and gets that easy sack right around the back, jumps on his back, pulls him right to the ground.
So it's 4th and 16 with 7.5 minutes left, and in to kick is Derek Atwood, and Greg Keys is deep for Blacksburg. This time the snap is pretty good. Atwood's going to kick away from Keys. And he doesn't do that, but it's a good kick. It's going to be down inside the 10-yard line, down at the 7. Very effective kick by Atwood.
Man, Blacksburg's coming so close to blocking these punts.
Yeah, and again, Blacksburg's going to have to be very careful. They've already committed 4 turnovers tonight. They don't want to give the ball back to Northside down here, that's for sure.
Now, this is where you give it to Latrell Keys and just say, hey, Latrell, go win us a football game. You keep giving it to him, you pound it down, and you run that clock down until it's done.
That's right. What you want to do here is run the clock exactly right, get 3 or 4 first downs, and get that clock down to 2-3 minutes, and you'll be in good shape. We do know that Northside doesn't have a passing game that's really scary, but they have the capability with Scott to score from anywhere on the field.
Sure do.
So you got to be careful where you give them the ball back if you do. The ideal situation for Blacksburg here is to take it all the way down the field and put it in the end zone and put this game away.
If you do that, this game's pretty much over, depending on how much time you take
Jordan
up
Wade
on the
is
drive.
wide to the right on this set. We've got Greg Keys wide left. We've got split backfield with Robert Jennings and Latrell Keys behind Trey Gresh. It'll be Latrell Keys. He is hit immediately. Wow, good play by number 54. That was Rick Flores. The senior linebacker came right through the gap and shut down Latrell Keys after only a yard gain. Tyler Holmes was out of the game on that play. Now he's coming in. Jordan Wade is out. So it's 2nd and 9 for the Blacksburg offense. Like to see Robert Jennings get a chance. You know, fresh legs. He's been sitting the whole game. He definitely's got some energy out there. This time they go to the I formation. Gresh is back to pass. Now he's going to run with the ball right up the middle. Oh, he's hit hard again. Trey Gresh has taken some severe hits tonight. And that was number 32 who just pulverized. Brent Fleming stood Trey Gresh straight up. After a short gain, it's 3rd down and 8 for Blacksburg, and Gresh is wondering now what the play is going to be on 3rd and 8. He's probably hoping they don't call his number again.
Don't be a QB sneak. Don't be a QB sneak.
Clock is running. 6:11 on the clock. Trey Gresh hoping he doesn't have to punt out of his own end zone. That's what he's going to have to do if they don't pick up a first down here. It's Jennings and Keys, I formation behind Gresh on 3rd and long.
Loose
Gresh
coverage.
Going to give the ball to Latrell Keys. He goes up the middle. He's shut down as he crosses the 10 to the 11. So gives Northside credit. They come up with a big defensive series and force Blacksburg to kick the ball after only 3 offensive plays.
You know, that's a good safe call by Coach Chris there, running the ball up the middle. Because you're thinking you want to go for a pass to get that first down, but you also don't. Trey's throwing 3 picks today. You don't want him to throw another one inside his own 20-yard line, with down by 5 with under 6 minutes to play. That's the last thing you want to do. So you just want to punt this ball and give it to your defense.
Trey Gresh has not had a great night punting. This would be a great place for his best kick of the night.
Oh yes.
He's standing at his goal line. Good snap. Kick is away, and it is a very good kick. It's high. It's caught at the 42-yard line. They hit the ball carrier, but he gets away, and he's down the sideline and gets knocked out of bounds. I'm telling you, Joey Phillips hit him immediately, but he did not make the tackle, and Kendall Booker got around the corner and took it all the way down to the 20-yard line. Wow.
Yeah, when Joey hit him, it wasn't quite fully a square hit on him. Kind of hit him on the side, and the returner just bounced off and took it outside and picked up another 15 yards after he got hit.
So Northside, again with a short field, this has been the real problem for Blacksburg tonight. Every time Northside has scored, they've had the ball inside the Blacksburg 30 to start their drive. And they have it again. this time it's marked at the 24-yard line. And it will be Brent Fleming and Philip Scott in the backfield behind the quarterback, Brady Kraft. First down for Northside. Hand off to Philip Scott. He tries to turn the corner and does. He's hit and down, but he got inside the 15-yard line. Tay Ramsey was there. Jake Belote was there. In fact, Jake's on the bottom of the pile, and he's getting up pretty slow. Little Jake on the bottom of that pile. It had to hurt.
Yeah, Jake stood him up and held him there long enough for the rest of his defense to come and bring him down.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 for Northside. Pretty good run by Scott on first down. Fleming and Scott in the backfield behind Brady Kraft. Brady Kraft hands off this time to 42. Penalty flags are down. That was Kyle Rucker who got the ball. I think we may get a motion penalty on Northside. In fact, they may have jumped a little bit. Let's see what the penalty is. They're walking back, so that's a big penalty because that's going to be 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and 5 for them if it's against Northside. We're getting a conversation by the officials. That's never good when they have to talk about it. You like a little bit more definitive call by the officials on this play.
Here it comes.
Here's the referee. Oh, they're waving it off. Oh, my goodness.
No flag.
It's the 3rd time tonight they've had a penalty and they've waved it off.
These refs are talking too much. They just need to act.
So it's 3rd and 4. Actually, 3rd and about 3.5. The ball is at the 17-yard line. They need to get to the 13-yard line. So here we go. It's a big play. 3rd down. They'll probably go for it on 4th down, but you got to stop them here. Brady Kraft back to pass, looking, throwing out here in the flat, completing the pass. And let's see. I don't know if it's a first down or not, but it is complete to Kyle Rucker.
It's going to be real close.
Cook made the stop coming up from his safety position. They're going to mark it at the 15-yard line. It is short. It's 4th down and 2 for Northside. Big play here. This could be your ball game. 3.5 minutes left to go. If Blacksburg can hold them here, they could probably run the clock out. Timeout is called by Blacksburg. So the defensive coordinator for Blacksburg wants to make sure everybody is on the same page. And we're going to keep it right here on this timeout and tell you that we're back on the air next week on the road against Cave Spring. That'll be a 7 o'clock airtime, 7:30 kick. And then Blacksburg comes back home for 2 straight huge home games. Pulaski will be here on the 20th. On the 27th, Hidden Valley comes in. And those 2 games lead up to the big Salem game on the road. So Blacksburg has a huge schedule in front of them, and they need to get this in a win column tonight so they could have some momentum heading into their district schedule. River Ridge District is no picnic. If you're not familiar with the River Ridge, Salem, Hidden Valley, Cave Spring, Christiansburg, Pulaski County, all in the same district as Blacksburg. No room for error.
No, those are a couple of really good teams. You know, you got Salem. Salem hasn't lost a game in 36 games. So,
right.
I mean, that's just having them in the division makes it the toughest division around, I'd have to say.
So Blacksburg taking a timeout, trying to get their defense set up for this big 4th down play. But it also gives Northside a chance to talk about what they want to do. You almost have to believe that they're going to give the ball to Philip Scott and see if they can't break him loose here. He's in the backfield. In front of him is Brent Fleming. Brady Kraft is calling signals. Here we go. Handoff goes. No, Brady Kraft faked the handoff. He's trying to turn the corner and does. And he picked up the first down. Brady Kraft got around the corner. And another Blacksburg player is down on the field. He kept the ball. He faked it to Scott. And Tyler Holmes had a shot at him on the corner. Couldn't make the play. First down for Northside. And let's see, they spot it at about the 12-yard line, and we have a Blacksburg player injured. Cannot see who it is at this point.
12-yard line.
I think that's 88 Trent Waddell. No, never mind. He's on the sideline.
I was going to say, he is an offensive player. That's probably not Trent. I'm thinking it's one of the defensive ends, maybe Everett. No. was thinking it might be Everett Russell, but I'm not sure. It looks like Everett's out there. It's not Everett Russell. He's standing up, trying to figure out who's not there that's normally in that defensive huddle. We'll just wait and see. We're going to take a timeout right now because this injury is going to take some time. 3:22 left to go in the game. Timeout on the field. Score Blacksburg 17, Northside 12. We're back live at Bill Brown Stadium. Still not sure who the injured player is. He's still down on the field, but he is sitting up. And so they're just giving him time to gather himself a little bit here. Maybe just had the wind knocked out. This is a first down situation for Northside. 3:22 left to go. Looking at the timeout situation, Northside actually has all of their timeouts left. And I think Blacksburg, it's
number 58.
Nathan Holmes. I'm sorry, Nathan Hopkins. Yeah, 58, Nathan Hopkins, the injured player. He walked off under his own power, so apparently he's got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
He's still walking a little gingerly down there.
So once again, the Blacksburg defense trying to shut down Northside. And Northside is in the red zone, trying to take the lead. A touchdown puts him in the lead here. Brady Kraft has the ball. He's back to pass, looking. Here comes the rush. He got away from the rush. Somehow got away and still going. And they finally stop him at the 5-yard line. Boy, I don't know how in the world he got away from all that pressure, but he did, and almost got it into the end zone.
He had hands all over him. He just fired straight up to the middle of the line.
Marked it at the 5-yard line, second down, and about 3 from there. They can actually get a first down without getting a touchdown.
Ball spotted at the 5-yard line.
Clock is running.
Blacksburg's going to need a big play here. They really can't let them get in the end zone.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think they have but one timeout left, so that's going to be very difficult if Northside scores here to get back down the field. Northside taking a lot of time with this play. They may need to take a timeout. Just now getting to the line of scrimmage. Might get a delay of game penalty here. Handoff goes to Scott. They got him. He's caught in the backfield. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and about 3 now. Actually lost about a yard on the play.
Hit very hard by Eric Huff. Oh, he's getting up slow, too.
Yeah, he was nailed. He was like sandwiched there, and he's really hurting. He may have to come out of the game. Clock is running. Either that, they're going to have to take a timeout.
I mean, he was running full bore around the outside, and Eric Huff just stepped up and laid his shoulder right into his chest and stopped his movement.
They're getting an injury timeout.
Stopped him on a dime.
They're getting an injury timeout because King is hurt. Scott, I'm sorry. Philip Scott is hurt, the running back, tailback. He really got hit hard by Russell, Everett Russell. We'll just keep it right here. Trey Gresh is walking around down there with his helmet off, wondering if he's going to get back in the game or if he'll be needed. Basically, Northside's going to have 2 plays left here. If they don't get a first down, Blacksburg will get the ball back, and they'll get a chance. And now, Philip Scott is up and limping to the sideline. Be interesting to see, Chris, if he comes back.
He can't. He's got to sit out this play.
I'm talking about after this play on 4th down. Yeah, he has to go out for this play. It's 3rd down. But we'll see how hurt he is. So now, Brady Kraft has to come back in the huddle without his number 1 running back. Let's see who came in to replace him. It's 47. Was it 47 or 42? It's Kyle Rucker, 42.
Oh, 42.
Yeah, Rucker's the tailback now. Here we go, 3rd down and 2 for Northside. Kraft gives it to Rucker. Rucker gets the first down or close to it. Let's see where they mark it. Actually marked it at the 4-yard line. I don't think he did pick it up.
I don't think so either.
He did not. He did not pick it up. It's 4th down. I thought that he got closer to the 3-yard line. They're marking it at the 4. So it's going to be 4th and 1 for Northside. This is the ball game right here, folks. Clock is running. And we got a timeout, official timeout. Maybe they're going to measure.
Yeah, looks like they are going to measure.
They are going to measure. So now we'll be able to tell you exactly how far they have to go. I believe he's short, though, don't you, Chris?
I think he's got to be.
It's hard to see from here, but...
Weird angle for us.
It's kind of funny because when he first ran in there, I thought he had it. Now he's short. Oh, he's short by a yard.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a yard to go. Why would they measure that?
I have no idea.
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe they really do need glasses.
I'm just not that impressed with the officiating crew tonight, I got to tell you.
Fourth down and a yard to go.
And I can say that because we have not named names. We have not identified these guys. Probably best that we did not. They've had way too many conferences and way too many flags were waved off tonight. Never a good sign. Here we go. Fourth down and about a yard and a half for Northside. This is your game right here, folks. I got to tell you, if Blacksburg stops them, and Blacksburg's going to use their last timeout. This is a good timeout by Blacksburg. What you want to do here is make sure everybody is on the same page and you come up with the right call here at the right time.
Yeah, I think they wanted to see Northside's personnel. They wanted to see if Philip Scott was going to come back out of the game. I didn't see him out there, so Blacksburg called a timeout. Looks like they're going to plan for something up the middle.
I think Philip Scott's done for the night. You think about how much that young man has run, how many times he's been hit.
And he's only 156 pounds
exactly.
Of freshman,
right?
You know, so he's not used to getting hit that hard that often.
Rucker's a pretty good running back, though. Rucker is, and believe it or not, he's also a freshman, by the way. He's 192, so he's bigger. 5'7", 192. Right there, right there he is.
He's a senior.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at Sigmund.
Yeah.
Okay, but he is a much bigger running back.
5'11", 196.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got more power, but not as much speed.
Not nearly as much speed, or the moves.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, he's pretty much a north-south kind of runner.
Mm-hmm.
So Blacksburg now takes the timeout to get their defense set for this fourth down play. And they're back out on the field. Northside will come out shortly. Once again, only a minute 50 left. Blacksburg clinging, and I say that with as much drama as I can, to a 17-12 lead. If Northside scores, obviously, they're going to have the lead immediately. They don't even need an extra point.
Blacksburg defense getting this home crowd riled up.
Well, they need all the help they can get. Here we go. Ball game right here. Fourth down and about a yard to go. Brady Kraft has his team up. He's got an I formation. Rucker in the tail of the I. Kraft gives the ball to Rucker. It's a pitch back. He's hit in the backfield. He didn't make it. Blacksburg takes over. Wow, big defensive play. It was Tay Ramsey who's on the bottom of the pile. Eric Huff, and the last guy up is 82 Everett Russell.
Wow, what
big
a great play by this defense. They stepped up when they needed it. Fourth down and 1 from the 4-yard line.
And they lost 3 on the play. Wow.
You know, if they didn't stop them there, it was going to be real hard for Blacksburg to come back.
Now remember this, Northside has all their timeouts left. They've got 3. Blacksburg's going to need at least 1 first down here.
Yeah, they're going to need a first down, but hey, they can still get a good punt out of Trey Gresh even if they don't and hold them back there.
So Trey Gresh in the offense back out on the field one more time, and they've got to burn the last 145. Long time to go when the other team has 3 timeouts.
Well, they got the right guy, Latrell Keys, back there.
Latrell Keys is back there. Jennings is back there at fullback. I formation will be the call. Jordan Scott is flanked wide left. Don't look to see the ball in the air here. It's going to be Latrell Keys and Jennings carrying the ball. And
Jennings is the backup, but he is a very experienced blocker at fullback.
Very, very good blocker at fullback, and a pretty good runner too.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing here is to hang on to the football. Trey Gresh on first down, calling signals. Hand off to Latrell Keys. He goes over to the left side. He is hit. We got a flag down. He's in the backfield. They throw him down. No gain on the play. Let's check the penalty now. Came from the line judge way over here on the other side of the field.
I got a feeling this one's a holding on Blacksburg.
And the call, we're getting it from the referee, is pushing the back against Blacksburg. It's not going to really be that big of a deal. It's half the distance. And what it really will do is give an extra down. It'll still be first down. Problem is the clock stopped on a penalty.
Yeah.
So not a good time for a penalty like that, but Blacksburg will still have the ball. It's going to be Tyler Holmes and Greg Keys coming back into the game for Blacksburg. You know what, Chris, they may have to throw from here just to get some room. Just a quick pass out to Holmes or Keys. Now Northside uses their first timeout. A little bit of a surprise there because the penalty keeps the clock stopped. But they do take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with 1:39 left in our score. Blacksburg 17, Northside 12.
Whether it's arts and culture, community events, great places to eat and shop, exciting athletics, you'll find it all in Blacksburg, the place to be.
Get back in after they get up on them early.
I mean, they were up 14-0, 4.5 minutes into the game. So, you start to think, well, Blacksburg's got this one, and then all of a sudden they disappeared.
Well, and the way they did it so efficiently, that pass play and then the run by Keys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like Northside said, you know what, it's time to start playing football. We're not playing football yet. They are now. They're hitting hard, and very active on defense. And it took a great throw and a great catch by Tyler Holmes to get Blacksburg out of the hole. But I knew they had to throw because Northside had 9 guys up near the line of scrimmage. They were just daring Blacksburg to throw. Latrell Keys now tail of the eye, Jennings in front of him, and Jennings has yet to carry the ball tonight. He's in for the injured Charles Sullivan. Let's see if maybe he gets it this time. Nope, it's going to be Keys. Oh, he gets a big hole. Good block. 50-yard line. First down for Blacksburg. Actually down to the Northside 49-yard line. That's huge for Blacksburg, and they should be able to run the clock out now because Northside has only 1 timeout left. 57 seconds left. Clock stopped while they move the chains, and now it rolls. Tyler Holmes over 100 yards. I'm sorry, Latrell Keys over 100 yards tonight, and a big night for Tyler Holmes as well. Latrell Keys has 2 touchdowns, and see if he can get 1 more before the clock runs out. Blacksburg really doesn't need any more points, though. They just need maybe 1 more first down. This game will be over. As a matter of fact, they're going to take a knee. They figured out that even if Northside stops the clock 1 more time, they're not going to take a knee, but they're going to have Holmes stay. Yeah, they are going to take a knee back to the 48-yard line. So they're going to force Northside to use their final timeout. I don't know if Northside will. It's going to be 2nd and 12. Clock running. Apparently not. It's going to be over. 14 seconds left to go. That's going to be the ball game. Northside has a timeout that they're not going to use because they feel it's no point in doing that.
Yeah, I guess they just want to get out of here.
That's it. A big homecoming win for Blacksburg. They win the game. Final score, Blacksburg 17, Northside 12.